sounds like a
What?
party.
No, heroin and coke or speed. That's a speedball. That's what River Phoenix died from. You know, yeah.
That's what he martyred himself for.
But also,
Headbag?
well, Hedberg I think was just heroin. No.
Speedball, I thought.
I heard of a new mixture.
Oh shit.
MDMA, acid, and mushrooms, and it's called a Jedi flip.
MDA, acid, and mushroom.
Yeah.
Jesus fucking Christ.
Speedball sounds like a cool sport. I feel very out of my depth in this. This is not cool for a comedian to say, but I've never taken a drug in my whole life.
You have
Not
never
even pot?
Like, I've got so many friends and family that love me.
So I'll just tell you right now.
Stop me from never doing it.
I'll tell you right now, I'm not going to do it. But
Yeah.
when you said that, I thought of closing my fist and punching you in the nose.
I thought you were going to say I genuinely thought about drugging you in your sleep.
It's not just what you're saying; it's the way you're laying and stroking your hair as you say it.
It's not even the hair on my head.
Getting the gel out. Just pubes, just like go running his
I'm
fingers through 'em.
delicately passing my pubic hair. What's having this conversation?
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Ari Shaffir Skeptic Tank, number 274. I'm Ari Shaffir. Today's episode is called The Fringe. I am in Edinburgh, Scotland. It's spelled B-U-R-G-E. It's spelled Berg. Some people pronounce it Edinburgh. It is not that. It is more like Black Brother. In so much as it is bruh. Bruh. You know that H? How do they pronounce that H at the end? Is it bruh? No, that's wrong. Bruh. Edinburgh. Anyway, I'm here. I'm here doing this Fringe Festival for the second year in a row. Last year I did my storytelling show. This is not happening. 16 times. This year I'm doing my hour. The hour I'm recording in October. It's been fun so far. It's been fun. I mean, I've gotten drunk a lot. Last year I drank every night. I drank every single night. Almost didn't drink one night, and then I did. This year, it wasn't just a drink or two. It's drunk. Like every night. It's a problem. I found weed, but I've only smoked once. That can't be right. Yeah, I've only smoked once. Yeah, I have it. I've just been busy drinking. And the weed I smoked was real downer weed, so I was fucking stupid for... I don't know. I'm doing a few things this year, and I don't understand why. So I got drunk every night, and then one night I was like, it was drunk. Me and Michelle Wolf, she's here too, and Joe Derosa, we were all like, guys, that was too much. We woke up the next day just feeling awful. Woke up at 12, like, I'm not getting out of my bed till 3:30 or 4. My show's at 6:30 at the Hive every night. I should look up while I do this, the other people on the podcasts. So here's who I have on my podcast today. I have Ahir Shah, my roommate from last year, Alex Kealy, my roommate from last year, Alex Smith, also my roommate from last year, and new to the fold, Joe Derosa, Joey Roses. He's living with us this year. I got here last. So Ahir, he's the responsible one. He found a place in Edinburgh for us to live both years. And both years he was like, would you mind if I get the big room for doing all the work and finding it? We're like, sure. And then it goes by who gets here first. Last year I got here first with Ahir. So I got a pretty good room. All the way in the back, decent view. Alex Kealy, he was the poorest. He was like, I'll pay less. I'll get the small room. We're like, yeah, fine. And then Alex Smith got the room by the door. So we got woken up all the time. This year, me and Alex Smith got here last, and we just got the 2 shittiest, smallest rooms there were. Yeah, Derosa and Kealy, they were like, sorry, mate. Want to come look at my estate that I'm living in? Fucking assholes. Anyway, so I'm here again. If you've never been to Scotland, it's rainy. It's rainy and shitty weather. There's this one thing. Oh, wait, I finished talking about drinking. So we got drunk to the point of like, this is a problem. So the next night I was like, I don't need it. I'm not going to try to chase any fucking, I've been getting drunk every night. Let me see if I can go all the way through. There's no reason for that. That's just what I happen to do. So I was done on the night. I was drinking water, and then I was going to see Bill Burr. Bill Burr was here for 2 nights, and I was going to see his second night, his late show. I was waiting in line. I saw Nick Cody, who was on this podcast last year, actually, from here, doing this episode about Bogans. He's got a show here, too. He's back for his second year. And he's like, hey, you want to go? You want to get a beer before we go in? I was like, I don't know. He's like, all right. Man, when you start getting peer pressure, at some point, there's not even any real peer pressure. It's just this, like, assumed pressure. He was like, yeah, sure, whatever. And I was like, no, because he was drinking a beer. I was like, I'll drink a beer with you. And then we waited in line for a while, and I was like, you know what? I don't want this. I'm good with this bottle of water I have. And so then we started walking towards the venue. I was like, you know what? I got a joint. Oh, I did smoke twice. I was like, I got a joint. We can smoke that. He's like, sure, mate. That's my Australian accent. Sure, mate. I like the white. I like to smoke the white. Yeah, my night. Make my So we started walking. He goes, oh, hey, here's this bar line is way shorter. This bar queue is way shorter. That was bad. And I was like, no, I didn't want alcohol. He goes, oh, I thought it was just because of the line. I was like, all right, I'll have some. So I got a beer. And then we went around and got into the line for the venue. And that was right next to another fucking bar. So he's like, let me jump in. I'll buy you a beer. I was like, God damn it. So then it's 2. And then we watched the show. Fucking Burr's Hour is pretty fucking good, you guys. It's pretty fucking good. I mean, it is very anti-feminism. It's not anti-feminism. I think it's pro-feminism. It's pro, like, real feminism. Like, fucking answer for yourselves. You got to see it. You just got to see it. You'll see it. He's recording it soon, I guess. You'll see it. It's fucking funny. It had me laughing a bunch. But anyway, then we went to get 2 glasses of wine. I got drunk again. 4 drinks. Drunk again. Last night maybe last night I didn't get drunk. 1. I got a glass of wine in the loft bar. That might have been it. Did I get a beer at the show or anything? No. Yes, I did. I had a cider. I had a big cider. Still not drunk though. Drank, but not drunk. So I've been drinking every night, and this other thing I've been doing. Okay, so I finished up Dublin. I went to Dublin, stopped in there, not to get a UK audience. I know you guys aren't UK, but to get like a non-American audience, and then straight for my run at the Fringe. I'm doing my hour 25 straight nights. 25 straight nights in front of crowds that don't really know me. A few people do, and it's great that you guys are coming through. But most people in there don't know me. It's fucking great for my hour, for tightening. I decided, since I'm going to be living with 4 other dudes, I'm not going to jerk it. I'm going to do this whole run and not masturbate. And so far I've done it. It's been 8 days. And I pretty much have cum coming out of my throat now. It is bubbled up like Mount Vesuvius. Is that a reference anyone gets? I'm going crazy. I wanted to see if it would like make me have some sort of like fling out here. You know, lower my standards and actually like go out and try to meet people. It has not. But I am so fucking horned up, you guys. It's like I haven't gone this long without coming in. I don't know how long. I don't know how. Maybe like a decade. It might have been a decade. I was talking to one girl last night. It was nice, and then fucking Derosa comes up, all yelling and screaming about somebody trying to rob him in the park, and then the girl just kind of went away. I was like, fucking goddamn it. I'm talking to a pretty woman, Joseph. Not his fault. He was upset. Yeah, I was gonna see maybe it could make me like hook up with like a real like fat chick. Maybe my standards would be lowered to the point where I'm like, I don't give a fuck. You seem cool enough. Let's go. So far, it has not worked. It has not worked. It has made me a little more social. I talked to one girl, then I talked to another. Gave another one my number. She was like, type it into my phone. Sure, we'll hang out. And then I was like, here, and I dialed my number. I did a 1323, my number. And then she's like, what's the 1 for? I was like, oh, it's America. She goes, oh, well, I've never seen that before. I was like, all right, well, and then I didn't have my phone on me that day. I was like, I don't know if it's going through because she just pressed send. Because I don't know if you have to dial like an 001 or whatever it is. Or plus. You have to dial plus? What's a fucking plus? You can't dial plus on a flip. Oh, look, here it is on the 0. Plus. Oh, live and learn. And then she just walked away. She goes, well, it's fate. Either it'll work or it won't. And it didn't work. So anyway, nothing's happened. But that's okay. That's okay. That's not why I'm here. I'm here for the fun. I'm here for the friendships. I'm here to watch a bunch of fun shows. The Edinburgh Fringe Festival is an amazing time. There are 3,500 performer shows going on at any time. I found out it's not 3,500 comics. I think it's like 1,600 comics, something like that. Some people do say it's 3,500. And then the other ones are, then it's on top of that is like actors and musicians and stuff. I guess it started, well, we covered it in the episode, how it started and what it became. It's the biggest comedy festival in the world. There are venues everywhere. Bars, bookstores, back rooms of fucking anywhere. Student unions at the Edinburgh College. It's amazing. You just walk in anywhere and there's some guy on stage in drag with a ukulele, performing for 7 people. It's crazy. And everyone's here trying to get people to come to their shows. They're all equal. They're all equal. Oh, I got to show you guys this. Oh, this will be fun. So this is I asked a few comics. I didn't know how to promote the shows this year. So my PR person, I got a PR person. I paid them to help me. And I'm looking for it. So they said, hey, why don't you get a quote from a well-known comedian? So I was like, all right, that's a good idea, like a quote about my act. So I got David Tell, Rogan, Russell Peters, Bill Burr, and I called Doug Stanhope, because Stanhope is big in the UK. And Doug got drunk, and he wrote me, just for so you guys understand, the other comedians, this is what they wrote me. Bill Burr is like, one of my favorites. Always going to, Joe Rogan was like, of the whatever people in the world, Ari Shaffir is one of the 100 best comedians you'll ever see. If you don't agree, it's because you're soft-headed, something along those lines. Russell Peters wrote something, I forget now. Attell wrote something real nice. Everybody was nice. Here's Doug Stanhope, because he does not care for this festival. Because it really is. Everyone's trying to get people to come see them. And a lot of people lose money here. I mean, most people lose money. It's not even like you lose money on food and shit. I mean, like, you have to rent your venue for however many thousands of dollars or pounds, and then you come at the end and you have not made that money back. And they come every year. Oops. So Doug wrote me, and he hates this thing. So he's like, yeah, I'll get drunk. He doesn't give a fuck about this place. He thinks it's awful that people don't get paid, that people get taken advantage of. By the way, I'm at the Free Fringe this year, which is really interesting. I don't know if I covered that, but okay, first of all, there's no openers. It's not like American comedy. There's no openers. You just go, you introduce yourself usually, or get someone else to do it, and then just be like, please welcome, and like Joe Derosa from backstage goes, please welcome Joe Derosa. Some of them make jokes about it, like it's me doing, it's me, I'm here, I'm talking right now. And then you just have 1 hour. You have 60 minutes, 55 to 60. You do it, you get the fuck off. And people buy tickets for that. But they have this Free Fringe, which this guy, Peter Buckley Hill, started, PBH. He decided, well, why are we making everybody pay all this money for venues? Why don't we get some free venues? And then after the shows, comics can go, hey, if you like that, why don't you guys give me some money? And I think the way he got it going was he started a deal with the venues saying, hey, we'll fill up your places. You'll sell a bunch of drinks. And in return, let me help you fill them up. Let me just get these comics. I'll choose good comics and and it's mutually beneficial. And it was great for a while. And then other companies started jumping in too, and they're like, yeah, we'll do free Fringe shows too. I have this guy Bob Slayer who has a bus, and this place called The Hive. And at The Hive, it's the same situation. It's a rock club, and at the end of the show, you say thank you very much, and then you say whatever, however you want to say it. But like, if you enjoy the show, I'll be back there at the exit with a bucket. If you cared for it, if you think it's worth something, fucking throw some money in the bucket. And it's interesting because people end up just giving you some money based on how much they can afford and how much it was worth. And the super poor people, sure, they can't afford it. You know, they just can't afford it. But the richer people can afford 20 pounds, which is like $30. They're like, that was a great show, man. And I've noticed a direct correlation to how well I do means more money. If I do better, I get more money. And if I do worse, I get less money in that bucket. You know, people look at me less. It's great. It's great. It's cool. And Pete Johansson said it the way he said it was like, it gives people a chance to actually say, hey, man, good job. I like that. Here's me proving it with fucking, 4 pounds or 5 pounds. Whatever it is. Some people give change. Some people give, £1.78. You just reach into your pocket. Whatever's there, you just pull out. Whatever. It doesn't matter. It's cool. And you can make money that way. Eventually, the guy at PBH kind of fell. He got kind of crazy. Outlawing anyone from doing any other free Fringe show. But in the meantime, it's a great situation to start, and I'm really enjoying it. Here's Doug Stanhope's quotes, and his is probably based on the paid Fringe. By the way, here's what I said, like, send me something. He was like, thanks, I was getting tired. Feel free to manipulate correct punctuation or just fraudulently add as to any. As you will see, I hate that fest more than any. Okay. I love Doug Stanhope so much. You guys, there's like not many comics who are completely free, who do what they want, and Stanhope is one of them. There's maybe 50 who are now bound. They're not bound by any network, by any like financial means. He is free. He is free. Ari Shaffir is blessing you with his presence in a festival known for fucking the artists so hard as to cause financial prolapse. He's doing it because he is brilliantly funny and cares more about you than the paycheck, and perhaps because he likes to be raped. So he wants that to go on my poster. There's posters all around Edinburgh. There's posters of everybody. And they have quotes all over. Maxim Magazine says one of the best, in Britain, or stuff like that. Chortle says this. Whatever it is. That's where it would go. If you don't love Ari, it's because you are misshapen, hideous potato heads who suck at drinking and hate Jews. I fit your profile except for the suck at drinking part, and I love Ari. Edinburgh is the Mardi Gras of audiences. Ari is the go-to comic if you're the type of person who steps over vomit rather than creating vomit, yet still laughs at vomit when it's at the puker's expense. The Fringe Festival is the company store of comedy. He'll owe his soul at the end. I'd rather write a quote compelling him to cancel for reasons of exhaustion or tick flu than something glowing that makes him come back again. Capitalize on his misfortune. He's worth it. This might be my favorite. No Viet Cong ever called Ari Shaffir nigger. That doesn't make sense, but it is 100% true. That should go on my poster in the middle of the fucking town square, on a giant poster, on a flyer people are handing out to tourists. There's 1, 2, 3, 4 more. I've been drunk for 35 years and have always found Ari Shaffir to be extraordinarily funny. You'll only be drunk tonight when you see him. Your odds are fucking fantastic. Oh my God. Ari Shaffir carries the torch of Lenny Bruce, Richard Pryor, and Bill Hicks. And then, quote, in a parentheses, he goes, haha, Ari, follow that and see why I never go back to Edinburgh. I know that why. I know why now. Because that's what they do. They write like amazing like reviews like that. They have all these reviewers, and it's so important to certain people. All the reviews. They all use the same words too. Like, look, I like Nick Cody. On one of his posters, go, Nick Cody is a revelation. What the fuck is a revelation? What was revealed to you? Let me look up, because they all use that word, a revelation. They all use that word. Dictionary.com. Revelation. Let me see if they're using it correctly. They're just awful writers. Do you mean reevaluate? No, revelation. I mean, yeah, obviously I spelled it wrong. Revelation. The act of revealing or disclosing. Oh, what did it reveal? That's number one. What did Nick Cody's act reveal to you? Number two, something revealed or disclosed, especially a striking disclosure, as of something not before realized. 3, theology. A God's disclosure of himself and his will to his creatures. Oh, is that what you mean? Was Nick Cody God's disclosure of himself and his will to his creatures? It's just dumb. It's like you're using fucking these movie quotes. And again, I like Nick Cody. He's funny. That's a stupid review. That's a stupid word to use, a revelation. It's like inspirational. You were inspirational. Well, what did it inspire you to do? This video is inspirational. Then what did you do? What inspire, right? Inspire you to go back to your life and feel a little better about yourself? Here's one. I don't know Ari Shaffir. I've never seen Ari Shaffir, but I do know the person on the quote printed above me and will swear he is correct in his impeccable assessment of Ari Shaffir. God damn me for missing this. Christ save my soul. You should see the reviewers too. I mean, they're everywhere. People like look at him too. I was at a show. I went to Michelle Wolf's show, and somebody was like, "Look, that's the guy from this magazine." This lady from Sweden, I met. Switzerland? No, Sweden. Evelyn. This comedian. She was that's the guy, the reviewer from this. I won't even say the name. Why give them any press? I mean, part of me wants to say like art form shouldn't be reviewed, but then it's like I like movie reviews. You know, I'll read a movie review once in a while. So I don't. They come in England. They have this. The comedy comes from like a real theater background. It's derived out of theater instead of out of on its own. So they do review it. They view it as shows, and all these people have these shows. They're about something. People are like, "Oh, what's your show about?" They ask me all the time. My publicist, she's like, "Hey, meet this guy." He's like, "What's your show about?" About? What do you mean? What it's about? It's about an hour. But they all have this theme. What it's about. The best, I've talked about this before, the best of those about shows I saw ever was Steve Bourget's show last year about his road trip. He had this girl he liked. It was the only one that held together for an entire hour. He liked this girl since he was little. He made out with her one time. And then he grew up, always kind of pined for her, but, you know, didn't date her, and she had other boyfriends, and he always hated them. And eventually she got engaged to one. And one of his jokes, like, "Oh, yeah, why are you getting engaged to him? What's so special to him? Who's a firefighter? Oh, yeah, great." I'm not doing that justice. Anyway, and so she asked him, since they were friends, like, "Hey, would you mind giving my father a lift to the wedding? Because he doesn't have a car." And he was like, "Yeah, sure, I'd do anything for you, absolutely." Because, yeah, you're coming from his direction, so that'd be nice. So he's like, "Yeah, I'll do it." And then going to pick the father up, he realized the father is in prison. The father was being furloughed for the wedding. First time out of prison in 17 or 18 years. And the rest of the hour was all about this road trip with this guy who hasn't been out of jail in 18 years. The guy was like, "Well, listen to his music." And he puts in a CD. He goes, "What the fuck is that?" So that was the only one that held together, and it got all the way to the, you know, all the different details. He was scared of him. He was a violent criminal, apparently, and all the way to the wedding. You know, and it was great. It was great. I loved it. I would say inspirational, but it hasn't made me do that kind of stuff yet. It's made me start thinking about it. But anyway, everyone else's specials, everyone else's hours are about something, but only half. So, which is fine, but like, don't pretend like it's about, anyway, but not mine. Mine's fucking an hour of comedy. Here's the last one. Ari Shaffir is a comic I'd beg you to see. But in a festival full of 10,000 comics begging you to see them, I'll go the other way and say, feed the needy. Ari can always come home to a life already full of respect and reward. And then in a star, discount this blurb if handed to you by the actual artist in question. Like if I'm still flyering for myself. Yeah, people flyer for their own shows. They're out there all day long. Alex Kealy, he's out there all day long. Alex Smith, I'm not sure. Ahir was last year. Out there, handing their own flyers up. Hey, you want to come see a show? Come see my show. It's great. It's about this. Just trying to get anyone. People ignore you day and night. Ignore you. And like, please come see my show. It's a crazy festival. It's a crazy festival. And I have a lot of fun. The weather was really way better last year. Way better. I went up to Arthur's Seat only twice this year. Arthur's Seat is a little sort of mountain. A little mini mountain. Right in the middle of Edinburgh. Holyrood Park or something like that. And I went up there 7, 8, 9 times last year. Cody goes up there every day. He gets up and goes right there. And I should get their stuff. So I've only gone up twice, but that's one of my favorite things to do. I got my hiking shoes. You just take this hike up. It takes like an hour 20 to get up there. Stop, maybe smoke a J. Get all the way up. It feels great when there's sun shining. It feels amazing. You come back down, you're right in the middle of the city again. And that's where I went up for Shroomfest last year. Went up and over the other side, just wandered. And that was inspirational. No. That was a revelation. Stuff was revealed to me about myself. Yes. Mushrooms are a revelation. No, taking mushrooms are a revelation. Either one. Anyway, real quick, I'm going to tell you where my roommates' shows are, and then we'll start the episode. By the way, please, there's no sponsor this week, so make sure to use my Amazon link on my website. Go to arithegreat.com where you can see all my tour dates. And there's an Amazon link right there. You can do all your Amazon shopping. There's one for America, one for Canada, UK, Australia. You're off the hook. But yeah, all you got to do is bookmark my website, arithegreat.com. Bookmark that as Amazon. And then whenever you want to go to Amazon, click on that. Takes you to my website. On the right-hand side, click that. Now you're in Amazon. I get cash back on every one of your purchases. So it's a nice way to help. I just had to pay out $400 for this podcast because there were 4 people. Nope, that doesn't do anything. So Joe Derosa, I already know, is at Cabaret. No, okay, I don't know. Okay, I got them all. Ahir Shah is at the Laughing Horse at Cabaret Voltaire, 1:30 p.m. Venue 338. Let's see here. Alex Kealy, Underbelly MedQuad, venue 302 at 9:50. Joe Derosa, Cowgate, Underbelly Cowgate, 9 p.m. And Alex Smith at Whistlebinkies, venue 158 at 5:15. His show is literally 3 doors down from my show, Alex Smith. His is also a free show. And it ends at 6:15. Mine starts at 6:30. So if you want to do a 1-2 punch, for sure that's the one. And I'm at the Hive every day at 6:30. I don't know what venue number that is. So that's it, everybody. I'm going to start the episode. We're going to talk about the Fringe, what it means. Derosa is new to it. These other guys are old. I'm a little old. And just fun. Hopefully the sound is okay because I tried putting 5 mics on, so I had to use something I've never used before, the top part of my Zoom. Yeah. Oh, and by the way, all my shows, not all my shows, most of my shows are up online right now. So I have Bergen, Norway, Oslo, Norway. What's up right now? Oslo, Reykjavik, Copenhagen. I'm in Copenhagen September 10th. I'm doing all Denmark. And then, so what's not up yet already? Oslo is up on the 5th. Reykjavik, Iceland, September 7th is up. Copenhagen, September 10th. Oh, really? I have lots of days off. Oh, I know. Fucking the other Norway gig is September 9th. That's not up yet. I don't know why they haven't given me their fucking tickets yet. Stockholm, September 11th. And then back in Tampa, Florida, September 15th through 17th. And also I'm doing London. I added London. So it's at the Invisible Dot, September 2nd and September 3rd. They have not put the tickets up online yet. I don't know why. If you want to call them, fucking feel free to call. I don't know when the tickets are going to go up, but it's so soon. 12, 19, it's like 2.5 weeks. Here's a number. Call them and ask to buy tickets. Maybe you can do it that way. 020-3771-8452. Yeah, maybe they'll sell you tickets. I have no idea how much they even cost. All right, you guys. here we go. I hope you have a good time. If you're at the Fringe, fucking give me some recommendations on some good shows to see. I know what I want to see. I want to go see Daphne, that sketch group with Phil Wang. I want to see who else do I want to see? I want to see James Acaster. I heard he's really good. I'm doing 2 of my storyteller shows this year, just 2. And so so I'm not doing straight free. I'm doing free with a pay what you want. So if you want to reserve tickets, you can for £5, excuse me. But you don't have to. You can they take the reserve tickets first and then everybody else. So if you're poor, whatever, just wait in line. Just get there early, I guess. And but the storytelling shows I think are going to sell out. So if I were you and you wanted to go see those, there's one the 18th, there's one the 25th. I'd get those £5 tickets. There might not be a chance of getting otherwise. I want to see Carl Donnelly's show hour this year. So I heard James Acaster's really. I heard somebody called him like the best UK comic going right now. So I'm real interested to see that. And I want to see Chris Gethard. I heard he's really doing a lot of good stuff on like depression. Anyway, whatever. None of this is fucking funny, right? Let's start the episode. Ladies and gentlemen, Ari Shaffir Skeptic Tank, episode 274? Yeah, maybe 274. The Fringe, with Ahir Shah, Alice Kealy, Joe Derosa, and Alex Smith, begins now.
When I wake up, well, I know I'm gonna be the man who wakes up next to you. When I go out, yeah, I know I'm gonna be the man who goes along with you. If I get drunk, well, I know I'm gonna be the man who gets drunk next to you. And if I heaver, yeah, I know I'm gonna be the man who's heavering to you. But I would walk 500 miles and I would walk 500 more to be the man who walked 1,000 miles to fall down at your door. When I'm walking, yes, I know I'm gonna be the man who's working hard.
It's about people going mad on a spaceship and they can't perceive time.
Me in the throat.
I would like to believe that's the first thing you've recorded.
Got me in the throat.
That just really got me in the throat.
It was the first thing I recorded. Okay, we're starting, you guys.
Okay.
Try talking to anybody. Kealy, Alex's, share a bit.
It's Alex I, the plural of Alex. I think. Yeah, yes.
Wouldn't it have to end with a vowel?
I am the other Alex Kealy. There we go.
I'm Ahir Shah.
I'll do introductions later. Well, don't worry about that. Let's just start talking. First of all, amazing spread. Who came together with this?
I brought the charcuterie.
Yeah.
Mainly because it sounds lovely when I say the word charcuterie.
It really does. It really does sound lovely.
I thought anywhere I go, if I bring charcuterie, at least people will warm to me just off the back of how I say the word charcuterie.
Yeah. I agree.
Yeah, I agree with that.
I'm warm to you. What kind of cookies are they? Included in the charcuterie. Charcuterie?
Man, you sound like
Exactly.
a commoner when you say that.
It sounds horrific when you say charcuterie. I feel the need to say the word after you say it just so that people can
Alex
suit
and
themselves
I
up.
are going to have a competition of who says the word charcuterie in the most exquisite way.
Damn it, you say charcuterie nicely.
I thought it wasn't called charcuterie, that I was saying it wrong. I was like, I don't know how to pronounce this thing.
The other Alex needs to say it.
Meat and shit, but also charcuterie is also how charcuterie.
Charcuterie.
You guys, it's between you guys.
Yeah. All right.
No, I'm not. I mean, it's not.
Pretty.
I can't. I couldn't even say the word correctly.
Charcuterie.
That was nice.
What's it called when you just have like baby carrots and some broccoli with some dip?
A breakdown, I think.
A vegetable.
I think that's called breakdown, isn't it?
Crudité.
Okay.
Thank you, Oxford. Thank you.
Oh, that's what crudité is?
Yeah, I guess so.
I never knew that's what it was.
Yeah.
All right.
It's cheap, but it sounds better.
Yeah, it's a vegetable tray.
Yeah.
It's the shittiest of
Not even
all.
good. It's got celery on it.
Yeah, it's the shittiest of all
around.
hors d'oeuvre platters.
Joe, you're at the largest arts festival in the world. You're going to have to stop calling crudités a vegetable tray at some stage. Have some class about you.
Well, we were in that bar last night, and I ordered a cheese and meat platter.
Yeah, it's called a meze platter.
Yeah.
Sloth's got that for you.
No, I bought that.
You bought that?
I bought the cheese and meat platter and the wings.
Oh, I had one of the wings.
I didn't eat any of it, but the point is it had chutney on it, and I didn't know what chutney was. I mean, I'd heard of chutney my whole life. I always thought it was some kind of a fruit thing. But then Alex over here explained to me what chutney was.
Yeah, fuck, people are going to envy our lives when they hear this. Fucking rock stars with that chutney and their charcuterie.
What is it, pickled fig?
No, it's just like, it's boring. It's just pickled vegetables. It's just...
No, it's
like
not pickled
vinegar.
vegetables. Pickles are pickled vegetables.
No, it's like...
It's like cut up chunks in like vinegar and shit.
Also, I had an accent burger last night, and they were like, "We're going to put pickles on it," and it was just like cucumbers. Just going to.
But like not pickled?
Not worth the.
Cucumbers, yeah, that's what pickles are in America.
Yeah, but
They're just pickled cucumbers.
But what? It was just they weren't pickled.
Oh,
Alex...
Smith,
I'm not
really?
Smith, Alex Smith. I was saved to talk about this, but you made a sandwich today.
Yeah. I have other skills, but I did make a sandwich, yeah.
It was... I couldn't wrap my head around it, man. That was an insane sandwich you made.
It was a bagel.
Right.
And it was bottom layer bagel.
Was that?
Mayonnaise, ham, cucumber, and pickle.
But pickle meaning the charcuterie, the fucking chutney shit.
And what was it on? Ham?
Yeah.
Ham, chutney?
Pickle.
Ham on bagel is a hate crime, isn't it?
Ham. Oh, yeah, sort of, right, yeah.
The ham on bagel looked good. I was with you with the mayo. You lost me when you brought cucumbers and then the vinegary chutney.
It's like a
into
ploughman sandwich, though.
What's a ploughman sandwich?
last year we discussed politics. I don't know what this is.
Works the plow.
Well, I ate a foot-long sausage after.
You ate a brat?
I have no room to talk. Yeah, I bought these pre-cooked brats that you just have to heat up for a minute.
Yeah.
So, I'm not saying my diet's good.
This is how Alex used to eat a couple of years ago before he decided to get all fit and everything.
Yeah.
But he used
Sausages?
to eat like what
an
an
animal?
infant would do if he
And
were left alone in the house.
10 cookies a day. You said.
Yeah, I ate like a dog in a house where all the cupboards had exploded. That's my lifestyle.
That's great. I love it.
So we're at the Edinburgh Fringe Festival.
How many years do you think it's going to take you to learn to pronounce it?
Edinburgh.
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 No, it's not Edinburgh.
You're not. No, it's wrong.
What is it?
Edinburgh.
No, it's not.
I agree with you, Joe.
It's not Edinburgh because there's no R after the B.
Right?
I mean, if we're going to get into words,
Well, there is. It's
pronounce
just
their
one letter
spelling.
removed.
It's spelled Edinburgh.
yeah, but
it's not spelled
Edinburgh. But it's not
Edinburgh.
Edinburgh. So you'll accept that it's not Edinburgh, but you won't accept that it is Edinburgh.
I've only ever heard it called Edinburgh. That's how everybody says
Probably
it.
because you're just hanging out with a bunch of American people all saying it wrong.
Oh,
Yeah, okay.
I hang out with trash back in the States, and they don't know how to say it right.
Old trash dates.
Yeah. Wait, you're saying it's Edinburgh?
Yeah. Well, it's not Edinburgh. it's
But like
Oh,
Edinburgh
yeah,
almost?
Edinburgh.
But there's no R after the B to signify a bruh sound.
And
I
there
mean, I
is
can't
an R.
argue with you. I'm just telling you how it's pronounced.
Right.
It's like they reverse the U and the R.
Right. That's odd.
It's odd for sure. It's an odd town.
Okay. All right. Well,
It's an odd
we're
town. It's an odd
learning
festival.
things tonight. We learned where chutney was.
Is it a shibboleth?
What's a shibboleth?
A word where you know that you're part of a group by being able to pronounce it correctly.
Really?
They can't pronounce a capital city. I don't think we should throw that word into the mix. Things are going to become very difficult very
It's the
quickly.
capital of Scotland?
Yeah.
What's that move? Hey, Cambridge people, you two, Alex, Kealy, and Ahir. What's that move called? It's a last resort in chess when you're like, fuck it, I gotta move my king and my fucking castle, and we gotta fucking jump them.
That's castling.
Castling. That's what Edinburgh has done in their name. They fucking fully castled the R in
Oh,
their
that's a good thing. There you go.
That's why there's a castle.
That's why there's a castle.
There's a lot of castles.
History.
How's these shows been so far, everybody?
I just love doing these podcasts.
You're all getting paid for this.
I think Joe just died.
Yeah, steer the ship a little bit.
I just said how the show's been going. I just was steering.
Great.
Yeah?
Excellent.
Well, start off with how shitty it was in the beginning.
The first night was horrible. I wanted to go home.
You really did want to go home.
Yeah.
I mean, you could not be more of a downer at the bar the whole night. Like, I just don't know. I don't know.
On the plus side, it was very fun to bully you that evening.
It really was.
Yeah.
I know, you all enjoyed it, and I felt it brought us closer, because I had just met... did I just meet you that day?
No, the day before.
No, the day before. 2 days before. But, the first show was totally shitty, because I had to figure it out. But then the second night on, it's been great.
I love how, too, like, after it was shitty, Avalon was fully telling, like, here's how you have to fix it. Some fucking managers and production people are like, here's what you need to do.
Well, some of the advice that I received from them was very helpful, actually.
Like what?
Rearranging the material. I opened on the first night with like 7 straight minutes about suicide. And I was like, they were like, you should not open with that stuff. Put some of the personal stuff first. And I was like, yeah, I guess you're right.
Build up to wanting to kill yourself.
Yeah, it was, so I...
To open with 7 minutes on wanting to kill yourself.
No, absolutely
and then
not. You cannot put your shoe over the
died.
goddamn cheese. You can't put fucking gross Chuck Taylor over a fucking cheese plate. Animal. This is why they hate Americans.
But they... I never saw you get so mad.
So good.
About cheese.
I will point out, you told us we weren't allowed to eat once we started, and now you're tucking into the cheese.
I don't remember that.
I thought they would like that I started out that dark, because everybody kept telling me they love a thematic show out here, and it's got to have a real spine to it. And I was like, oh, they'll love this. I'll come out and just start some really heavy shit.
Yeah, but that's not a theme. That's just starting with something.
It's nice. I thought that it set the stage for the rest of my utterly negative material. I thought it would kind of let people know this is what we're getting into. But I also figured out that my therapy material does the same thing and is actually funny and charming. So,
Joe's show that evening was very heavily thematic, but unfortunately the theme was not understanding how the Edinburgh Festival works.
Yeah, it was rough. I hated that you were there. And here it came.
You came to the first one?
Yeah, I did.
Oh, that's right.
But it was just watching someone who, like, quite clearly you're seeing someone who's undoubtedly a competent comic just, like, having a bit of a tricky time in a country he's not been to before. It's happened to me as well.
Right.
It's absolutely fine, but there's no way that you, as a comic, when your mate sees something like that, you're inevitably going to feel shitty about it.
Right.
You're like, God damn, I wish you hadn't been here.
Yeah.
I love how everyone who comes here, at least from America, was like, oh, you Scottish people, and you want to tell them, like, it's 20% Scottish people. The rest is all from London and America and Australia and everywhere else.
I don't think I've met one Scottish person.
Yeah, it's because they all fuck off for the month and rent out their flat for enough money to pay their mortgage for like 7 years.
Yeah.
It's like South by
And then
Southwest.
sometimes put a fridge in it, but it's unclear whether a fridge really... We just got
Yeah, they gave us a tiny fridge.
Let's talk about living situations. That's one of the things I wanted to
Alex
get to.
wants to talk about it.
Yeah. This fridge is untenable. You use that right, Kane Brox?
Yes.
You smashed it.
Thank you. Last year's fridge was a full fridge.
Yeah.
And there were 4 of us. Joe, you weren't here yet. We were
Yeah.
waiting for you. That was tight. That was a Tetris situation pretty much every day when you bought groceries. This is a college dorm fridge.
Well, I figured out we literally, for those of you at home that aren't in the apartment with us, it's literally a college dorm size fridge for 5 people, which is unacceptable, obviously. But I figured out the strategy because we've requested another fridge. We've been denied once or twice, and we think we're going to be denied a third time.
So tomorrow's the big day where we get to for the last
but I
time.
figured out what I'm going to say to them.
You should cry.
What are you going to say?
They also sent me in first as negotiator, which was like, I'm the least successfully aggressive person.
Right.
So I think they're not, it's not going to happen.
What
for
if I
me.
tell them that my grandfather died from a small fridge?
No, I got
One fell on him? Yeah.
This is what I'm going to
It was
say.
just very small.
And they're like, that's better than a big fridge. It
If they say no,
yeah.
this is what I'm going to say.
Okay.
I'm going to say, when you list an apartment for people to rent, and you know, with all very well likelihood, those people are coming from another country, you're completely out of line to think that those people renting your flat are not expecting regular amenities. And if you don't want to
What's
offer...
an amenity?
Well, I was going to ignore
Oh,
it.
an
but yeah.
amenity. Okay.
Huh?
An amenity.
Or amenity. Either way, it's wrong.
Yeah.
No, it's not. That's not wrong.
Well, there's no immensity. You throwing in an extra T. It's
It's an amenity.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Sorry.
Apology accepted.
Amenity.
He was talking about how he wants to do something to help all of us.
Yeah, I know. Can I finish
I will
it?
not have it.
Because this is really good, I think. I think this is good. I'm going to say, you know that those people expect to have all the regular amenities.
Yeah.
And if you don't want to offer those amenities, that's fine, but then you need to put that in your flat description, which you did not. So clearly you're in the business of swindling people. You're in the business of selling a product that's not the product the person thinks they're getting. And if you want to be in that business, that's fine. But I'm in the business of being at the Edinburgh Fringe Festival, and I am going to let everybody know that they should never rent from your company, because this company should not sully the name of the festival by in any way associating itself with it. And I'll tell you this, if it was just me doing it, that would be enough, but you're going to have 5 of us doing it. And I think that might
We should play Ride of the Valkyries in the background when he does that.
Also,
I think that's a
the only-
convincing thing to
the
say,
only-
though.
the only
I mean,
flaw
we
is that
won't...
they're estate agents, and therefore they're in the business of swindling people.
Right.
No, he was just saying that to me, and I very nearly bought a fridge just off the back of it.
I mean, look,
What are the odds? What are the odds we could actually get them to get us just a 100-pound fridge for right
we
there?
asked.
And they were like, no fucking way.
They said, we'll think
they're
about
like maybe fucking way, but probably not.
I don't think maybe fucking way is an expression, but it should be.
Did they say probably not?
They said we will ask the owner of the property, which is code for please leave our offices at 4:30 p.m. on a Friday. We would like a weekend.
Right,
and
right.
It's not to be a problem right now.
Listen, if they don't do it, that'll be the last ditch effort. Is the threat to smear their names?
The problem is
throughout the Edinburgh Fringe.
they're not on Airbnb. There's no we can't give them a bad rating. They don't even have the rating system here.
What we
right?
can do is say to them, we will let the administrative staff of the Edinburgh Fringe Festival know to notify people that they should not rent from your company.
I hear you rent from. Is there an administrative staff that would take any
They
sort of action on
don't
that?
know that.
I think that on the scale of 1 to getting absolutely fucked over by an Edinburgh landlord, having a marginally too small fridge is actually fine, considering that last year we found a cafetiere that was entirely filled with mold.
Oh yeah.
Also, you get proper nightmare stories. You get nightmare stories of people finding out that they're sharing rooms when they didn't, or 3 or 4 people to a room when they thought they had a single room for the whole month, or blah blah blah.
Oh yeah. Sometimes it's a 2-bedroom, living room and bedroom. You're like, that's not 2 beds. That's 1 bedroom.
Here's my point. I have no power to do anything. I'm just going to say these things in the hopes that it scares them. They don't know that there's no administrative... And even if there was, I wouldn't go to it.
Okay, so what are we going to do on Monday when they go, all right, we're not backing down?
I just told you what we're going to do.
What?
My speech.
I know, but after that, when they still say, okay, great.
Well, maybe the speech works.
How long are we going to wait for the speech to work or not work before we go, let's just order a fridge and
Speech doesn't work Monday, then we're going to just have to bite the bullet. I mean, I don't know.
My favourite thing about the entirety of this is that I have never seen Joe cook using fresh ingredients. In the
None of
last
the
week.
food you buy goes in the fridge.
Yeah.
There's not enough room, though, for 4 of us. I bought a fucking 5 of a grouse, and there's nowhere to put it. I bought 1 thing of kale. There's nowhere to put anything. I haven't even shopped yet.
He's just bragging about buying kale.
Yeah.
At this point.
Right? Yeah.
Things are going well.
Thank you.
Basically, the tricky thing is that to buy a secondary fridge would cost us £20 each, and in reality, the extortionate expense of this festival would mean that is such an irrelevant expense. We should just do it.
We should just do it.
And then throw it away.
We will. So we'll wait for the answer tomorrow. If they say yes, great. If they say no, I'll give my speech.
See if that
And
works.
then if they say no, then we'll buy a fridge.
Okay, we should look online ahead of time.
Bag of poop with set fire at the...
We should be ready to buy by 4 or 5 p.m. on Friday, so we can maybe hopefully get one on Tuesday. What do you guys think?
4 p.m. You mean Monday?
5
I reckon we
p.m.,
could probably Amazon Prime now that shit.
Well, today's Sunday.
Yeah.
Well,
It could just
Amazon
turn it out.
doesn't close, you know. They're
Oh,
open.
really?
Yeah.
They're open on Sunday.
I did not know that. I've just become a huge fan of Amazon.
Basically, it's they do this really cool thing where they don't care about their workers at all.
Oh, hell yes.
Yeah, I know. And so it
That's
means
so
that you can
nice.
just get the things whenever you want them.
Oh.
It's
Are
very
there,
convenient.
just out of curiosity, are their workers different to me in some way so that I can distance myself emotionally from their pain?
Oh, they're substantially poorer than you.
Oh, excellent. That's
Yeah.
fine then, no worries.
Yeah, so you don't have to feel that you should care about them.
Yeah, because if I had any affinity with them, I probably wouldn't shop there, but I do love that they deliver next day.
But look,
so-
let's focus on what's important. We can get a fridge quickly, and
Yeah.
it doesn't matter how many backs of poor people it's on.
I bet if
Get
they
a
say,
fridge
okay, we'll
quickly.
get you one, it'll be 2.5 weeks before they get us one. I think it won't happen fast. We'll see, though. We'll see.
You're getting way ahead of yourself.
The main issue to me right now, that fridge is bad. The hot water is a problem. When does it go on and off?
I think it just doesn't work. I think there's a problem with the boiler.
It does say ERR on there.
Yeah.
No, there's a thing in the.
I know, I read it, and I went upstairs and cross-referenced it with the boiler, and I can't figure it out. And if he can't figure it out, he just got out of school.
Right.
If he can't figure it out, then no one's going to figure it out.
I've never not had hot water.
These young college kids knowing how to operate boilers.
With my bachelor's degree in plumbing.
I got back from Arthur
That
Seat
did
today.
sound like you're 9.
I got back from Arthur Seat today at 4. I had 40 minutes to shower, my cool shower, get some, and then go. And it was like, oh, no hot water at all.
But you realise that we have the other shower and that one
Didn't work.
Yeah,
No, you have to flip the switch.
Turn the
Did you get my
switch on.
reply all email?
No.
Sorry, guys. Did you get my reply
Oh, yeah,
all
you
email?
flip the switch on the one upstairs. That's how you get it to
The
work.
power thing right on the
The red.
No,
there's
the
a
red- the red
outside. There's a red
Switch.
outside.
Yeah.
Oh.
I'm so glad everyone who listens
It's
to your
the best
podcast, will
podcast,
know
yeah.
how to organise our shower. That's
I won't.
important.
You
Yeah,
put
you
the red
did-
switch outside the shower.
Yeah.
And that turns the hot water on.
Yeah.
No,
Instantly
it
hot.
turns the
Yeah.
shower on.
And then it's hot
The
water.
shower.
Yeah, because that one's an electric shower, so
Yeah.
it doesn't run off the boiler.
Oh, because even the sinks wasn't hot water.
No, because that runs off the boiler.
That
They're,
shower
like,
upstairs
still
has never
listening through
failed me.
this.
Okay. Well, that's good.
I think that this is going to get severely edited down. I would hope so, anyway. Well,
What's the weak chaff? Is how much is chaff here? Do we
I mean, the intricacies of how hot water operates in this flat is only of tangential interest to me, and I actually live here.
my shower's the one that's broken, so
Yeah.
shower, and I don't give a shit.
So you guys have been here, the three of you, the Alexes and the Ahirs, A's, have been
There's
here.
only
I'm
one
also
Ahir.
an A. I'm
Being
also
more
an A.
niche.
I've been here.
There very much is only one Ahir, yeah.
Yeah. Living situations in general. These are just student housing. Like, what are you guys normally getting here? What are you expecting?
I mean,
This is
this
plush.
is pretty good. To be
Yeah,
fair.
this is very nice.
It is a
I think
7-story apartment, which is not the greatest, but
So a lot of them are student housing, and they put like the students on 11-month contracts, and
Oh,
then
really?
yeah, when it's the summer holidays from university, they just kick them all out, triple the rent, and wing it over to performers. Sort of thing.
I met one of my flyers, real cute, and I was like, whatever her name is, Sky or something, whatever.
She
but
was
like,
that cute.
Yeah, but I was like, oh, so what do you do? She goes, I'm in university here. I was like, oh fuck, it's way hotter.
Because you're
But
100.
she's staying in her dorm. She's staying in her dorm the whole time, or student housing. They don't kick her out.
Right.
She probably would have
Pretty
just
good.
paid more to stay on.
Oh, I get it. Yeah, in general, people's housing situation, they're like super stoked on if they get something good.
It'd be
Right.
nice though, because if you get to go back to her dorm, like most men your age, it's because they're dropping their children off. But for you, it'd be like a twist on that.
It'd be like
It'd
a
sweet,
tear.
wouldn't it?
It'd be like a tear, like, oh, my baby's all grown up.
I remember I went once with, when I first moved to New York, I went with Robert Kealy to do a college.
Wait, as in, oh, Kelly.
Our college. Not the
Because
singer.
you're trapped in the closet
Yeah.
the whole time.
No, a comedian.
He's not allowed near young people anymore.
I pissed on it. It was such a weird, like, was that sexual? No.
Comedian Robert Kelly from the
Right,
stage.
okay. Not international R&B
we-
superstar.
We couldn't find
International
the.
R&B / pedophile R. Kelly.
We couldn't find like the student union whatever where the show was, and he pulled over and he rolled down his window. There was some kid out in the grass, and he goes, "Hey kid, we're trying to find the student union building." And the kid goes, very innocently goes, "Why does your son go to school here?" and Bobby goes, "Son, go fuck yourself."
If ever you need to find the nearest student union building, just take Shaffir with you. His dick naturally points towards it.
like trying to find water.
Yeah,
Dude,
it's like a dowsing rod.
There's a Charlie Goodnights. You ever play there?
Yeah.
It's right on the NC State campus, and you can just go to the dining hall and leer all you want. That's not part of the.
What's the matter with you?
I like young girls. And my last dream, sexually, my last dream is to have sex once more in a dorm room.
Really?
That's the final frontier for me. Then I'm
Compasses point towards north, your dick points towards vulnerability. That kind of thing, yeah. Okay.
I'm not saying
I just
there's...
like the idea of you breaking into someone's dorm room with just a hookup with someone that you've already hooked up with before, and then just banging a dorm room
It's
and
a
then running
niche
off before
dream.
the actual.
I think that
occupant
the
arrives.
notion that a student would be willing to sleep with you in their dorm room is a damning indictment of the state of higher education.
I agree. I think...
I'm not going to argue with that, I guess.
I don't think there's anything wrong with you liking a fresh woman in her early 20s.
Great, end of story.
Fresh
But-
woman, she's not a vegetable.
The what?
Fresh woman.
A fresh-faced, I meant.
Right, okay. Just not gone off yet.
No.
Fresh badged.
But I mean, but the part that the part
You're the married one.
the leering part is the weird part to me.
I mean, you got to stare at them. You can't talk to them. So you just eat your meal real slow. Watch them have their fucking conversations about their dumb college shit, and just fucking imagine. Imagine there's no boundaries.
Ari, you're exactly the sort of man who would publish this sort of thing in a manifesto before going on a rampage.
I wrote some of this in prison. Other parts were just on a nice walk. Shows in general. This year, I tried to apply to Counting Crows, whatever that was. The one you performed in last year, that whole house.
Counting House.
I think I was going to do it in Joel Domit's room.
Yeah.
And then they got bought out. Just in general, let's talk about finding a room. What you all went through just to find a venue here in Edinburgh.
Well, I mean, like, firstly, every fucking thing is turned into a venue at the Fringe, so you're never going to be short of the possibility of finding one because everyone rents out. Like, I'm reasonably sure that the reason that our bottom bathroom doesn't work properly is because someone's doing a mind piece in there every fucking day.
Yeah, they use classrooms, they use student unions, they use just cafeterias, they use anything.
Yeah.
It's kind of amazing.
Yeah, in my venue,
Rock
people
clubs.
found out whether so it is like a nightclub and everything. And there's the small room right at the top. The performers who are in that didn't realise until they got here that was still the functioning office of the establishment.
Oh, what?
And there was just going to be like a curtain separating them from people just doing general admin.
Whoa.
Oh, that's great.
Really?
Yeah.
So you're in a room...
No, not my room.
Oh.
I could just imagine...
Not my room, the small one at the top.
I can imagine, like, audience members accidentally walking into the office and being like, well, this is progressive theatre.
What room are you in? What room are you in? Here.
I'm in the main room at Cabaret Voltaire.
Rain Room Cabaret Voltaire. 1:30 p.m.
Yeah.
Jesus
Which is
Christ.
why my voice sounds like this now.
I mean, I'm going to see it, but I have to really wake up by 12:15 to get over there in time.
That's an early show.
That's the earliest show that I know of anyone I've ever met, I think. I mean, the kids' show started at 3. What about you? You did Whistle Binkies,
Yeah.
Smith, for the second time.
Yeah, 5.
Same room. So did you already know those people and say, hey, can I just do this? Did you go straight to them? Or who?
Yeah, so no, it's organised, so there are like a few different free fringe style companies.
Okay.
There's PBH, and there's Laughing Horse, and there's Freestival.
Does that still exist?
I don't know.
Freestival got fucked over last year, right? Half of them got thrown
Yeah,
out.
there was a whole argument with like over a venue called the Cowgate Head where Freestival thought they had it and then actually PBH had it, so that a bunch of people lost out on their venue.
They showed up and they're like, oh, you don't have a room.
Yeah.
Oh, that must
So you
suck.
kind of you apply
Jesus.
to one of the free fringes
didn't have
and
a
then
contract.
they send you a room. But because I'd done it before, they just let me do it again.
And it's
So,
really like in all of these sorts of events, and there is a horror story every year of people being really needlessly spiteful and vindictive over something that should be lovely, right?
Needlessly.
It's like all this person wants to come up and do is their
Free comedy.
or like play or whatever fucking shit they want to put on. And it's just like, oh no, because of some petty disagreement that I had with the owner of a like marginal pizzeria, you're no longer able to fulfill.
A marginal pizzeria. That's a great way to put it. Ignore me, you guys. Keep going.
Yeah. Well, this year the whole crisis was one of the free fringe operators saying that you would lose your venue if the people flyering for you were flyering for any shows that were at.
Okay, let's talk about that PBH guy, because he's crazy, right?
Okay, I'm going to back out of this conversation
fair
now
enough.
on account of being in a PBH venue, and I think they really run their establishments excellently. He's a very charming man, so I'm going to back
I have
out
nothing to
now.
add to this
All
either.
right, get on the record. Finish getting on the record.
What's
You love-
PBH?
So you
Peter
should all
Buckley
know
Hill.
that while saying all of that, Smith was winking profusely.
He was not, to be honest. I know that guy's crazy enough to be like, he was winking. He was not winking. He's a guy who started the Free Fringe. Is it Peter Buckley Hill?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. And he's like, I want this thing. Everybody's paid. From what I understand, correct me if I'm wrong. It was all paid fringe like you're doing with
Right.
Avalon.
Yeah.
And then he goes, hey, there's got to be a better way. Let's make some free venues where people will just pay at the end of the show. You don't really pay for your venue. At the end of the show, people will just give you whatever money they want to give you. It's kind of a egalitarian sort of way. That's definitely the wrong word of doing it.
He sounds like a good guy.
Yeah, for sure. He was. And then other people said, that's great. We're also going to do some free fringe shows, like in a couple years later. We like that idea. We have a venue we bought out, and we're going to have free fringe shows there. And he goes, fuck that. I'm the free fringe guy. And he banned anyone from... Stop me when I'm wrong.
Yeah, I mean, it's sort of like that. So the Free Fringe is supposed to, I think, in some respects, supposed to be an emulation of how the Fringe started in its own right. It was off the back of the International Film Festival that used to happen in Edinburgh, and then a lot of performers used to, on the fringes of the city, used to perform and try and get the people who were going to see the films to come and see their show, so that they would be able to make connections, etc.
Wait. Explain that. So they had a...
There was an international film festival in Edinburgh, and has been for I don't know how many years, forever basically. And because so many of the industry would come to that, performers started putting on their shows on the literally on the fringes of the city, and try and get those people to come because they were in the city already. So then they were obviously free, but then as that got bigger, they were paid for, and then the Free Fringe was set up, and PBH set it up with another person, and then when they fell out, the other person created Laughing Horse.
Who was the other person?
A guy called Alex Petty, who runs the Laughing Horse, who I do my shows with.
Do you think Peter Buckley Hill did a play on his word petty
I think,
in private conversations?
he did once, a friend of mine called Alexander, who said that when he met the guy, he was like, hello, I'm Alexander. And he's like, and you do go by Alexander, don't you? And he's like, yes, full name Alexander. And he's like, good, I've had issues with people called Alex in the past. And I'm like, eventually let it go.
Shit.
I heard this year he has a problem with if you use a street team of flyers who are also using a street teaming for other free fringe shows. He's like, fuck you, you're out. I'm taking away your show.
Which could
Street
create-
teams.
That's pretty crazy.
Yeah, I mean, so yeah, regardless of all the other stuff, I mean that seems tricky as well, because he makes you sign up to quite a long list of terms and conditions, and nowhere in those terms and conditions is the condition that you have to use exclusively like PBH flight. Like it's something that he's decided to impose this
Out of the
year
blue.
out of the blue. That's not, so it's not clear that it's really legal. So I don't know. I feel like various free fringe shows could have chosen to ignore that edict.
So
I don't know. It doesn't. It seems to be contrary to. It seems to not be part of the terms and conditions of.
as a PBH free fringer, the story goes that he was very upset about people using flyers who would be flyering for both, because
That
obviously
incentivizes them to the other things to succeed.
I think he's just very conscious of the idea of PBH being linked to Laughing Horse as the same thing, and he would just hate that to be the case because he sees them as very, very different. But I think the backlash of it was a lot of people saying, look, I've already paid for a flyer, I've got an agreement, and he kind of did then say, okay, like if you're already in it,
Oh, he backed off.
then fine.
I went through the application process, and he goes, first of all, because the counting horse, that was where were you before?
Counting House, yeah.
The counting house, they got bought out by Gilded Balloon. So all these people who were expecting and hoping to be in there, and they have like 15 venues, They have a lot of venues in there, right?
What, in that single building?
Yeah.
There's like 5, yeah.
Okay, well, that's way less. But I was hoping to get in one of those, and they have shows throughout the whole day, so they have plenty of spaces.
Yeah.
And suddenly, it's all a paid Fringe now. So we kind of aced out. So at the last minute, I contacted him. He goes, "Great. Remove any application for any other free Fringe, or I won't even look at you. You have to do it my way." And I was like, "Okay." And the thing in there, it said, "Trust me, I know what I'm doing." Later, you get an email, "Hey, just so you know, we're not going to be able to find you anything.
Yeah.
Thanks for doing it my way. We'll look out for you next year." The guy's a nut job.
Wow.
I'd like to meet him, but he's a nut job.
Yeah.
He's gone crazy with power or something, right? What is it? What happens with people like that?
Well,
Guys.
when you have control of your finger, a number of arts venues for a month a year during Edinburgh, anything could happen, can't it? So you understand. It was just a joke about the idea of being drunk with power when it's
Why did you fade so fast?
Kealy fell asleep 15 minutes ago.
He did fall asleep and then woke up.
He's still asleep.
I have been this tired before, but I've definitely not had to be actively attempting to talk on a podcast this time before, and I was considering getting up quietly and just sort of plunging my head into a sink.
If you gotta go to sleep, you can go to sleep.
I have to take a crap.
I said before we started, take a crap, and you're like, I don't have to.
I didn't think I had to. Now I have to.
When you said, I think I have to take a crap, and I said, go take a crap, and you go, no, and I don't think I have to.
make it.
I want to say to Irish fans that the issue is that we have a lot of different show times. The only time for it to work is at 1 a.m.
We are doing this at 1 a.m. Go take a crap and come back. How long is it taking a crap?
No, you don't know. You can't do that because then people will be thinking about how long he's been away for.
Do we do real time?
Let them know how long it takes
Do we
to take
cut
a crap.
right back in, Joe Derosa?
I have
back
no
in,
problem with anybody knowing how long
fine.
it takes me. But
Can you take how long's the cord? Can we put a cord?
Oh, that would be
in?
wonderful. That would be wonderful.
The echo would be an absolute nightmare.
That would be a problem.
The
Crap cast, the pod crap.
It's just not long enough that we would all have to sit huddled around outside the loo.
The problem was that Joe announced that he needed to drop a deuce, and then we immediately started. I've felt on edge ever since, knowing that there's a man.
I said we can wait. We can do it when you're done. Let's wait a second. We'll keep eating. You go take a crap.
Because I wanted to do the podcast at 2 a.m. instead of 1 a.m. I'm tired.
You also could have taken a dump at 11:45.
I thought we
I
were
didn't have to go then.
You said
dump again. Like, what is this dump? Like, why is it taking so long?
Alex, back me up on this.
Oh,
I'm not
maybe,
crazy.
maybe
No, I'm not crazy. Ari said we will all meet at the apartment and have some drinks at 11:45 and then podcast around 12:30. Did he not say that?
I genuinely
definitely didn't say
know. What I will say that was really funny was that it was when I got back at like 12:22, and then everyone but Ari was in the flat, and then everyone was just on the sofas, and the entire attitude was of children waiting for the teacher to arrive, thinking the teacher isn't going to arrive, and they were
hoping he's not going to show up.
And then that's
Sunday.
Yeah.
We're just tired, that's all, buddy. But we're here for
I know,
you.
but you stayed up till 6 yesterday.
Maybe that's why I'm tired.
But you woke up. What time did you wake up?
12?
Why?
Because I couldn't sleep.
I woke up at 12:45. You still weren't up.
Look, it was my birthday yesterday, all right? I just, I was up late.
Tell everybody what happened in the bathroom.
No.
I think it's the most hilarious story in the world.
I don't want to tell that story.
Just say it.
I don't want to.
I know, but then instead of not, do it anyway.
Is that how you chat women up? Instead of no, how about yes?
Is that just like if you with Jedi mind tricks, if you can't afford the like pro version of the app, that you just get that? It's just like
I think it's hilarious.
I did get very wasted last night.
Of course, it's your
Without
birthday.
question.
Your
Without
39th
question.
birthday. Your last birthday before 40.
Eesh.
That matters. I don't know.
Well, no, it does kind of weirdly matter. I am looking forward to 40. I'm not scared of it.
Yeah.
But
You're like minimum halfway dead. It's quite. It's a nice place to be.
yeah. What does that feel like, Ari?
Oh, it feels
Ari
great.
is not halfway. Ari is like 5/6 dead. We're expecting Ari to live beyond 50.
Anyone who's seen my asshole knows it's time to go.
You're in much better shape than I am. Oh, what's wrong with your asshole?
It's not to do with the state of his
I don't know, I had a
asshole.
colonoscopy.
It's like the idea of a girl that you take back to your house one day, seeing it, and be like, "I'm so sorry."
I'm so sorry. Nobody sees it.
What's
Hold on.
nearly the end for
Let me
you?
test this. Okay, this works.
What's wrong with your asshole?
I've got all sorts of inner and outer hemorrhoids. I bleed.
God.
I bleed so much when I shit.
What?
Sometimes I look back and it's like, wow, bloody. And then sometimes,
Oh God, this is definitely
sometimes I get
true.
up and go wipe, and then I see a trail of blood to the sink.
Yeah, I think it's.
Oh, I have a joke. I have a joke.
I did. I went 2 weeks ago. I went 2 weeks ago. Yeah.
Ready? He bleeds so much when he shits. If he wipes, he's surprised to see brown.
That's not bad.
That's like a bit.
All right, tell.
Blood dripped out of your asshole.
Yeah, listen. I've already gotten checked out.
Are you okay?
Yeah, it's
And
an
what did
inner
the doctor
hemorrhoid. It's an
say?
inner hemorrhoid. He said it's a hemorrhoid on the inside. It's just like I can eat Metamucil or something. I don't know.
That's some
Is a hemorrhoid
hemorrhoid.
in the inside better or worse than a hemorrhoid?
Depends
How
how
do
you
you
look
apply
at it.
that cream?
Or is this what happens to
You should rent.
Like,
No,
Well,
I had a
this
hemorrhoid in
happens.
11th grade.
Right, okay.
I had it way early.
You should rent your hemorrhoid out for Fringe.
No.
Why?
No.
It was a joke as a venue.
Perhaps your show
I'm
next
saying
year
that's
should be
no.
called Ari Shaffir. I had a hemorrhoid in 11th grade. Like people will come to that show. That sounds exceptional.
That would be.
Ari just snatched my phone out of my hand because I checked my phone.
Yeah, we're on a fucking
Except
podcast
it's
right
very
now.
rude. You may indulge in the charcuterie. You may not indulge in social media.
What's ruder? Me checking my phone for 2 minutes, or Ari conducting a 22-minute discussion about the intricate workings of the Fringe Festival that nobody on Earth except us is
We're
going to know.
explaining. This is what the podcast is. We're explaining what the
You
Edinburgh Fringe
you
Festival
haven't
is.
even explained yet what the festival itself is. You just keep calling it Fringe. You never said, so we're at Edinburgh for the Fringe
That's the
Festival.
introduction. Trust me, I have a successful podcast, Joe. You wouldn't understand this. I set stuff up, and then we get started
Okay,
with the
so
conversation.
you do an intro.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Jesus,
I never do
man.
an intro. I can't stand that.
What, doing anything by yourself?
Yeah. No, I do it all just in one take.
I usually put songs in this. Maybe you could write a jingle for this.
I'd love to write a jingle for it.
Okay, cool.
The jingle will be an entire transcript of the whole thing, though, so that's no problem.
Yeah. All right, I have been here Thursday night, Friday night, Saturday night, and now Sunday night. I have gotten not drinking every night. I have gotten drunk every night.
Yeah.
And I
Yeah.
expect to get drunk every night through the festival.
I was trying. Tonight's the first night I couldn't. I was trying. I can't. I'm having like acid reflux from the scotch, but I think that's just all back up from having drank so much the other nights leading up to this. But tonight,
Yeah.
are you drunk? Or did you drink?
Yeah, I found those grouses. I had 2 of them and a beer at the library bar. I didn't go there at all last year.
Do you mean the library? You can't break it. You can't break into the library and get drunk.
What's the library bar?
It's around from the loft. It's just around the back. It's pretty cool.
The
cool bar.
childlike expression on Ari's face as he regaled us with the notion of a bar that he'd not discovered last year was very
I mean,
charming.
I went to that building like 30 times. No, that's too many. It was only here for a month. 12 times?
Yeah.
Never saw the
Because
library bar.
libraries and bars make Ari think of university, which makes him think of dorm rooms. And
Is it a
sets
good
him off
bar?
again.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's pretty cool. And they have that grouse, which, by the way, is in the freezer. I should get that out of the
You're
freezer.
gonna
right
get
now.
out of the fridge.
Wait, but what
so
is-
I'm gonna make another drink anyway. So I'll just.
Oh yeah, you grab that out of the
What is
freezer.
what is grouse?
Grouse is a
What do you mean?
famous grouse. Yeah, it's a shitty scotch. It's is it? I don't really know.
I just for me, I've just got to a point where I now enjoy the burning sensation of whiskey down my throat, but I can't differentiate between different types. Really,
And it's a ginger beer. It's that ginger beer I was talking about. The alcoholic ginger beer.
Okay.
Oh yeah, cold.
Okay,
There's 5.
This
There's
is,
5 in there. Okay.
this is the stuff you've been talking
wait, it's
about.
ginger beer. Oh wow!
Yeah, it's great. It's
I mean,
only
can I
4%.
just have a bit of someone's? If
Absolutely, yeah.
that's not
I'm
hyper
gonna pour some in yours. We need an opener for this.
Yeah, I'll grab a.
He
The
doesn't want one.
this was the stuff because we were at the bar the other night. You said you have ginger beer, and then he gave it to you, and it was like green.
Non-alcoholic.
Yeah.
I was like, why would you even serve this?
Yeah.
At the assembly.
Yeah. I don't know. Yeah. All right. Well, congrats that you found this finally. So you had
Nice.
2 of these and a beer. You said.
2 of these in a beer. Yeah, I've been drunk every night. So here's the deal. How is booze integrated in with this festival?
I think it's woven into the fabric of Scotland generally, but it's also
So it's us being like localers.
yeah. You're just living. What Joe, you were saying earlier, like walking through Sunday night in Edinburgh and not realizing that everyone was still going to be as on it as they were yesterday.
Yeah. That was surprising walking through tonight. walking through tonight and seeing how many people. I mean, because it's not just there's a regular pub, bar, whatever on every corner in this city.
Yeah, there's
But
also
then-
non-festival bars.
Yeah, exactly. And then when the festival pops up, then there's all these makeshift bars that aren't bars that become bars, and then there's these pop-up stands in the street that it was fucking nuts. I was walking it out. I was like, I think I was at one point. I was literally completely surrounded in a very large area by all bars. Like it was just all stands that serve
What are those?
alcohol.
Have you guys been here when it's not the festival? What are
Yeah.
those places? What is
It's
Loft?
really nice.
What is?
Yeah, Edinburgh sort of looks like the city equivalent of someone who's just murdered for the first time, sitting down in the shower crying. That is what it looks like. It's a horrific place. Afterwards, like their population must quintuple. Honestly, it's like less than
I
a
heard
million people,
doubles.
and then it's like no, they expect to have 4 million people over the course of the festival.
Yeah, but I never know what that means if it's split over 30 days or whatever.
And you've got to consider that a lot of people.
I thought at any one time it's if it's 500,000 normally, any time in the festival it's 1 million.
Maybe.
Oh yeah. Oh, I would say probably at least that.
How quiet is it during the year? I mean,
It's
It's a sleepy town, right?
I live here. I like that. I was fantasized about living here.
Yeah, by British
You really?
standards, it's still a pretty busy city because there's still like universities and stuff going on. It's
Oh,
the
right.
capital of Scotland and everything. But this just kicks it.
Okay, so say in like July, where the university's not in and it's not the festival, it's like very quiet.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, right. Because no school.
Yeah.
That makes sense. But any university town gets a little rowdy
You've got to
during
think that
during
the
the school year.
population of Scotland is less than the population of London.
Yeah. Oh, really?
The population of Scotland
All of Scotland,
is less than the
I
population
just caught
of
that.
London.
including Inverness.
Substantially less. No, Inverness. Population 68 million.
Inverness, the Miami of the North. Yeah.
Inverness is famously more densely populated than Mexico City.
It's like, well, it was astonishing. The first and only time I've ever been to Inverness. It's like, God, it's like being exactly back in Mumbai. This is very...
I really liked it, by the way. At the end of the last year, I went up to Inverness and then further north, up to like Super Highlands.
Mm-hmm.
It's beautiful.
Yeah.
Have you guys ever been up there?
No.
Yeah.
Oh, it's god damn, it's great.
I've got a friend who's been a doctor in Stornoway, which is an island.
Oh, on the islands.
Yeah, off. And she's worked as a doctor there for 3 months, and the reason that she's there is that I think she pressed the wrong button on a form. And she was meant to just be in a Scottish city, which she has been for a while, but she just accidentally selected to go.
I love the idea that
I'd
literally the entire population of Stornoway is there because they erroneously filled out the form. And it's just like, why does this town exist? Bureaucratic folly.
She's pretty much only curing loneliness at this point.
Sounds the sort of I want to go visit those sorts of places. They just seem like that I love. I've been to in the Channel Islands. There's a place called there's like 3 or 4 Channel Islands, and like some of them are like 100,000 people, like so small. But like there's one called Sark, which has 600 people in it, and there are no roads, and you can only bike around, and it's like fucking
Why
the
do you want to meet
prisoner
those
stuff.
people?
No
I
way.
think it's really interesting.
Those
Like it's
people
weird.
are obviously batshit crazy and all married to their sisters. So like, why would that's a terrifying place to be.
I think
No
it's just- I think
roads.
it's interesting.
How do they bike around in Scotland? It's raining constantly.
So this one's
'Cause they've all got, like,
Channel
6
Islands
legs.
between
All right, they have flippers.
Did you ever see that documentary, Welcome to...
the pump.
Thunderdome.
Yeah. Welcome. It's called Welcome to Hale. Welcome to I forget. Welcome to something. It's the name of the town, but it's about this town in the Midwest of the States, and it's like I think like 22 people live in the whole town. The whole town is like 2 square miles, and
Really?
then this white supremacist guy moves in,
yeah, I heard about that.
tries to make it like the birthplace for the new Aryan nation. It's fucking crazy.
He just took over the Congress there, or the mayor and stuff. He's like, let's just vote on our own.
Yeah, it's
we'll make the
nuts.
laws like white only.
It's nuts. It's nuts. They run him. They at the end of it, they sort of run him out, but then he is like, "I'll be back." So who knows? It's crazy.
The shittest Terminator ever.
So often, particularly over the last few weeks and months, I have been thinking that Britain is an increasingly crazy place and very odd politically and socially and everything. But then I just remember that your country exists and we seem fine again.
Our country is born out of trying to exit from your country.
Yeah.
I had last year, I got drunk every night, or at least I drank every night. And then one night, somewhere in the middle, I was like, I'm not drinking. One night, I'm not going to drink, around the two week mark.
And how drunk did you get?
Well, I came back. I came back to the
You
flat.
vomited that night, didn't
What?
you?
What?
You vomited.
No, I vomited other nights. But I came back to the flat. I'm like, I'm being good. Going right back after my show because I had an 11 o'clock show. Done at 12. Going right home. Got back. And Ahir is like, he's like, he came out of the kitchen. He's like, oh, hey, my parents are here. We're all drinking wine. Come in with us.
I remember this night.
I was like,
was a
all
lovely
right.
night.
Yeah,
And I had
me
like
and
2
Mum and
bottles
Dad,
of wine with you guys.
Me and Mum and Dad stayed up drinking till like 6.
Oh
That
my
was
God.
great.
It was one of the funnest nights of the festival. Your
That's
parents
really
are
fun.
so cool, man.
That's fun. So you drink with your folks, and it's
Yeah, well, my mum doesn't drink, but Dad does.
Really?
So yeah.
No, Dad does. That's how it's pronounced. It's great. Man, he had all these theories.
Well, we'll do it again this year.
I kept talking about his old girlfriends, too.
Yeah.
I forgot about that. Before you, Margaret, whatever her name is. Before you.
Margaret, how likely it is.
Margaret Shah. You know Margaret Shah? Yeah, she's the only woman called Margaret with a surname like Shah.
Mogasha? I don't know. Whatever. That sounds African, actually. I don't know. What's an Indian name for a woman?
Olga.
Olga?
Her
No.
actual name.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Olga.
No, not Olga. She's not a fucking hammer thrower.
Very nice
Hey, don't
Eastern
limit your
European
mother.
South
She could
Russian.
be a hammer thrower.
She
She
could
wants
be.
to be.
She's got shoulder problems.
sexist.
When are they coming, your parents?
Where do they go? Midway again.
Okay, that's cool. When's Phoebe coming?
She comes on Friday.
Oh, that's
Friday.
cool. For a week?
Great.
Yeah.
She's great.
Yeah.
She's great.
Everyone says that. They're like, oh, she's so great. And then look at me like, you are the worst of the two. Like, I
Well.
think, like, I would say 80% of my friends are mainly friends with me because my wife is a great human being.
I
and
feel
I
like-
just, like, staple
Yeah.
myself to the side of her.
I feel like you would have friends that you knew before her, and then after they broke up, like, hey, we're switching sides.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're called my family. Yeah, that's how it works. Like, they text her before me to organise things. Like, we're having a barbecue, you should come. Ring Alex if you want.
If you and Phoebe ever did get divorced, I'd definitely switch to her. I'd still
Yeah,
want to
fucking
live
hell, I
with you
think
in
I
Edinburgh.
would. I think I'd
Just that
start
month.
hating
Just that
myself.
month.
Just for August, we'd hang out, but we would not speak.
It'll be August friends.
I absolutely respect that.
I find, speaking of women, I found it's. I thought it seems like a hard place here to actually meet women.
Okay, that's a good segue. I want
You
to do
know,
that anyway.
Here's
Here's where I think you're wrong.
Okay.
But go ahead, say what you're saying first.
I was just going to say, because it's not like, like usually as a comic, if you meet girls on the road or something, it's like, you're in the same place, you have 2 shows in one night in the same place, you see them at the bar in between, there's a bar across the street you go to. Here, it's like you do 1 show a day, and you go in and you do your show, and by the time you come out, they're all gone, because they're shuffling in the next group of people for the next show, and it's
Well,
just...
you got to run outside and let them say goodbye to you. I mean, you got to be like, hey, get out. And then like, hey, thanks for coming, and let them say hi.
That's Shaffir at the end of his show, like legging it to the door with a fucking lasso.
I will say nobody dated more last year than Kealy.
Really?
He went on tons of Tinder and all sorts of dates.
I went on a lot of Tinder dates, and boy, did I not have sex.
As of last year,
I
he,
was just there, just not having sex after all of them.
we were
so-
trying to write his replies. Like, no, write this, idiot. Just write, say, hey, come over, let's hook up. And he was like, no way.
That's
Now-
just not me. I think
I know,
said
but
a lot.
it was us. We could have written it as
It
you.
was you. It was
Did you meet girls?
Like,
No.
it's a bleak moment
Well-
in time when you're taking advice from Ari on how to have responsible adult relationships.
I feel, I also feel like I was at a point where I think I'd forfeited the right to not take advice from people by constant non-sex.
He also hadn't had sex for 6 months as of last
Which
year.
I took to a sweet 14 months until very recently. Am I right, guys?
Good for you, but...
No, shut up, Joe. Don't fucking
Did you
condone that
fucking
behavior.
seal up?
That's I think that you'd be eligible for the papacy by the end of the...
Yeah, revirginated. Your vag would seal back up.
You don't get your virginity back, but you do get to go and look at it again in a like a locker.
Here's why I think it's different. Because the people here aren't like when you go to Kansas City, you try to hook up. You're there for 4 nights,
Right.
6 shows.
Right.
The people here are mostly performers and people on vacation. This
Right.
is like English Cabo.
Okay.
All want to
Okay.
All of these
Cabo, everyone
references
just
are
goes
going over my
nuts and
head.
just like, hey, let's party. The people, the
in
girls
Mexico.
here are only here for the weekend or only here for. They don't live here. Some do, but most aren't. They're from London or they're from actresses from wherever or they're other comedians.
Okay.
So it's like they're just looking to hook up too.
Okay. All right.
That's
Well,
like that just turned me like yesterday. Somebody mentioned that. I was like, oh yeah.
so last year
So you can get a fling if you want.
was last year your first year,
Last year's my first year.
and did you hook up ever?
I had sex once with somebody I already had sex with, so it didn't really count.
Smashed it.
Smashed it, yeah.
This year his chat up line is, oh, you enjoyed the show? Oh, you're only here for the weekend? Oh, you've got daddy issues? That's amazing.
No, I haven't done anything yet. I haven't gotten anything yet.
I think
Ari's
I think
just
older
6 words,
cousin
do you
issues.
have a
Let's be
dorm
fair.
room?
What's that?
I think older cousin issues. I think daddy issues is unfair. Like I think.
Older cousin issues.
Yeah,
I like
yeah.
that.
Uncle, maybe.
I did tell Alex Smith last year. I was like, "Oh, hey, I got a girl coming over because Phoebe was there."
Did you warn me?
Yeah, and I was like, "You were like, yeah, okay, whatever." I'm like, "No. I fuck loud." So, like,
To this day, probably the most graphic thing any human being has ever said to me. If someone looks you in the face and says, I fuck loud, it sounds like you are going to be involved in that.
You know, you get into it and it's just those 3 little words. Like you just look at it, you know, he looks into your eyes, he tells you, and you know he means it. He just looks at you and says, I fuck loud.
look at me. Know that I'm telling you the truth.
It was like the image of his face was burnt into my retinas, and then when I could hear him fucking loud as he promised, I could see that face.
Does he indeed fuck loud? Can you confirm this?
Are you looking for
He
that?
fucks loud.
I was in the back and you were in the front. But yes.
What? Why was? Wait, what?
You guys,
He wasn't fucking loud with me.
Are you looking for that special person where you can both say we fuck loud rather than just I fuck
Oh
loud?
man, that's the best.
That
When you
sounds
get
nice.
somebody who's just as crazy as you are.
Yeah.
But now, have you
I
had
think it's
luck
very
out
easy
here?
for me.
Oh, he had a girlfriend last year.
So for most of the last few years that I've been up here, I haven't been single. So this is the first time that I have in a while, and I'm basically like, I can't remember how any of it works.
Yeah, how to
right.
do it. It's that the problem is like, how do you even say like? I met one girl last year. I was like, well, we should hang out, and it just didn't quite happen. But like, she was willing to.
I don't have the energy anymore.
Hastings said, you should just be forward. Like, why don't you come over? Let's hook up. I'm like, I can't do that.
I feel like you can do that.
Not right
I feel
away.
like
You
can
went on a
now.
date with them. Once you go on a full date, then you can be like, come hang out. I said, let's have a slumber party. That's what you should say.
That's
I
good.
don't know. Yeah, I don't
You
have
can make
the-
the most childish things sound extremely sinister, Chappelle.
Thanks.
It's like if Ari was like, oh, Ari, what did you do at the weekend? Oh, I went on a bouncy castle. Oh, God. What did you do on a fucking bouncy castle, you monster?
I was on that bouncy castle. Oh, no, no.
I bounce loud.
Like, I'm not the one to give advice here. My chat-up line is, hey, we've been friends for 10 years. Want to get married? That's my only one.
Were you a dater, Smith?
Me?
Yeah.
No.
You were a hookupper?
Yeah, I mainly just sort of I had a short career in exclusively having sex with girls that had boyfriends for a while. That was sort of
Hey-oh.
Really?
my jam.
Wait, was that type of person attracted to you, or were you just into that?
Well, I mean, I have this problem in being incredibly sexy. So-
But specifically
I'll be honest,
to
man.
people to
I'm not going to disagree with that.
Yeah.
You are a very posh, fucking
Yeah.
good-looking guy who
You got it
dresses
together.
well.
Look, we're all speaking truth. That's what's good that we finally got to this
It's the
point.
point of this podcast. You just got to be open, man. You just got to be honest and open.
No, I don't know. Like I had various girlfriends. Like I dated Phoebe when I was about like 18 for a
Yeah.
little bit before we went to university, and then
For
we
my
were
listeners
just-
at home, that's college.
yeah.
Okay,
So
go
then we
ahead.
were best friends for like a decade, and then I was like, we should get the genitals involved again. And then like
Oh, really?
like 18 months later we were engaged.
So you miss out on, like, so you never came here single to Edinburgh? Or did you?
No, I don't think so. Never.
I mean, when you're here, part of me is like, I had talked to you about this too. It's like, we're like, oh, I want to hook up. I want to get a fling or something.
But like the problem is that everyone is so like there's such a high density of astonishingly attractive people that it's quite overwhelming.
You just got to do well and have someone in your show.
I mean, it's
Then you become more attractive.
It's a wild.
It is weird. It's weird when somebody looks up to you and then wants to hook up with you instead of just like, oh, let's
Very
talk.
difficult
It's like
for any of
we've
the
never-
girls you sing with to not look up to you, though. because You're 6'4" and
I'll take that.
3 times their age.
It's tough too because you're.
What can you teach me about driving?
Ahir's being a real champ with this age band.
I met some girls tonight at my show. They were all cute.
Wait, hold on. Okay, go ahead.
I met some girls tonight at my show. They were all cute, but I couldn't. We were out till 6 a.m. last night. I was like, I don't have it in me right now.
To get a number, though?
I probably should have done that.
I love that when somebody says that. Like, looking back, that would have been the way to go.
But I mean, just the idea of going to the bar with them at that moment and buying drinks and trying to be
Forget
charming,
it.
I was like, I can't. I just don't have the energy. So, I mean, but yeah, man, we were out. Look, we were out last night till.
I mean, your
6?
sock is literally on the cheese.
Sorry, I'm sorry. I didn't mean it.
It's better than
Is
your
that like
shoe.
one of those? Is that one of those like Secret Service call signs when it's all about the president?
That was a Holocaust
Did
survivor.
you guys have fun last night? It was my birthday yesterday. I'm not saying that for
I had fun.
podcast
I was
credit.
sorry
It was
that
really
I had
fun.
to leave and go do Spank. Spank is a
sorry
fun
that I had
show.
to leave and get up at 7 in the morning and have 4
You
hours.
guys hung in pretty late. I mean,
I'm sorry that I had to stay and drink every drink in existence, and after my show today was unable to speak for 4 fucking hours.
My show is off today because of everything. I
I
think.
forgot an entire bit. I forgot 5 minutes of my show.
Really?
But it's like I didn't even realise that I'd forgot. The show all still worked and ran smoothly and everything. And after it ended, I was just like, oh yeah.
I was
Which bit?
Basic income.
Oh,
I was incredibly drunk because
Yeah.
it was my birthday.
So you met the girl? Sorry, go ahead.
What girl?
You met the girls and you said,
No, that was today.
That was today, but because of yesterday, I didn't have the energy to. I couldn't even. I could barely. I was like, "Hey, girls, thanks for coming." And they're like, "Oh, you're so funny," and they started talking. I was like, "Great, yeah, thanks a lot. Take it easy there. I'll see you later."
I love when you don't even have the energy. Like, I know how this could go, but that's going to be 3 hours.
Yeah.
Best of luck to you.
Yeah, it was. But I mean, last night was insanity. It was tons of drinking, and then I, as the English say, I got into a bit of the drugs.
Yeah. we prefer the phrase "a spot of drugs." but
Yeah,
yes.
I had a spot of drugs.
A dash.
Tonight?
Dash.
Last night?
No, last night.
Birthday night.
It was my birthday. Somebody offered me some of the old snoots, and I said, why not? It's my birthday.
Hey,
Let's
it's
have some fun.
39-year-old stuff.
Yeah, why not?
You're a man now.
Yeah. Why can't a man do a little on his birthday and enjoy himself? So,
39's officially a triple
I
bat mitzvah.
can answer that question. It's laws. That's what he said.
I can't imagine because the state has outlawed
Why
it.
is it hard? Why can't I just do these things I want to?
They
It's,
call
it's
it a
legal
free
implications.
country, but when I run someone over with my car,
I walked home. It was a miserable walk home. The sun coming up.
The sun coming-
Sniffling.
Dude, the sun comes
It
up
was
early
not a
here.
fun walk home. Yeah, it was just like,
it's
oh,
not even
Christ.
that it comes up early here. It's just that we are out late.
Yeah.
But so this is a funny story, and I don't do this often, but I did yesterday, and this is very funny. I was really drunk, and this guy gave me some drugs, and I went to the bathroom and I did some. I snooted some, and I came out of the bathroom and I went to the sink to wash my hands.
Yeah.
And the kid washing his hands next to me, he just looks at me and he goes, "Cocaine's a hell of a drug." The thing from Chappelle's show. And I was like, "What?" And I looked in the mirror and I had fucking cum all over my nose because I was so sloppy drunk. And I was like, "Okay, I'm just gonna." And I think my reaction literally was wiping my nose and going, "Eh,"
Good answer.
because I didn't know what to say. I was just like,
That's a fair argument. I don't know.
What a great rejoinder.
Joey Diaz said once he had a Coke Rock, he was ordering from a bar, he had a Coke Rock fall out of his nose and go into the bar, and he had to quickly decide if he should push it aside or grab it and shove it back in there. Do you push that up and back in, or do you it's off?
"That's a rough scene."
I'm not a big fan of any sort of recreational drug where it looks like you're decaying.
Have you guys heard of crocodile?
What's that?
oh yeah, that's the Russian.
I think
thing.
it's
Right,
pronounced,
the Russian drug.
It's pronounced crocodile. They're an animal.
It's actually
What
not.
is that?
It's something. I don't know what what the base is, meth or heroin or whatever.
It sounds great.
Oh, it must be because it literally eats your skin away. What? So people have exposed bone.
Love my skin.
Ew.
Yeah.
Why does it eat your skin away?
I don't know.
The high is so sick.
If you keep doing it,
Is that
literally
like let's go out tonight and get fucked up and then get psoriasis? That's not a sexy evening.
Meth does that shit to your skin where it looks like bad psoriasis, right? That's meth, right?
I don't know. I once took too much paracetamol.
One at a time.
Wait, who?
I said I once took too much paracetamol, but that's about as far as I've gone on the edgy drug scale.
There are all those before and after photos of meth addicts online, aren't they? But I'm not sure to what extent that is documentary fact.
I lost meat. But one time I was in Central Washington. Just forgets what club. There's a bowling alley there, and there's no lock on the green room because Brad Williams was fucking on the couch there, and they had to take off the lock. Anyway.
I don't understand how those two things are connected. If a man is fucking in a room, why do you remove a lock?
I'm with you. I'm with you.
Is that like a riddle?
I'm with you. Anyway, I saw a guy.
Brad is a midget.
I saw a guy with these fucked up teeth just to my left, and I was like, because it's Central Washington, it's rural, and I go, is that from heroin? Your teeth all fucked up? And he goes, yep. And he raised his glass. He was like 7 years sober. I was like, you raised a beer. And he goes, you don't think there's a difference between heroin and a Budweiser? Fair enough.
Were you on stage at this point? You were
just
having a
stage.
casual chat with this man?
Yeah, on stage, yeah.
And he's like, yes, heroin, but this drug is branded. So.
Yeah, exactly.
How does one take meth?
I think you smoke it. I think
Smoke it. I've heard you can drop it in drinks too now. They make it like liquidy, but I don't see meth ever.
But so
can you snort
it here?
No, I don't. I don't really have meth.
Well, they've got it in Australia.
You crush it up and snort it, right?
I was thinking,
Breaking Bad?
Maybe next time I go to Australia, I'm vaguely tempted to try meth in Australia because I know that even if I love it more than anything in the world, when I get back to Britain, I won't be able to find it anymore.
See, the thing
you
is,
might
the problem
do it
with that.
the whole time you're there.
on my last day.
I've thought of that too, okay? I was like, another country, another place where you don't know the drug dealers there. The problem is, you're a comedian. You can make 3 phone calls and find out.
Right, yes, okay.
I think the reason why I've never taken any of those drugs is because I reckon I'd be the kid that takes it once and then dies, and then is the one that they show the video to the 15-year-olds and they're like, little Alex only took cocaine once. And he died.
Alex Smith had a promising career at Winkle Binkies.
So I literally had like that in my mind. The first one of only a few times that I smoked weed, and that sort of like level of lame I am, where I started getting super paranoid and thought like
that you die.
That I'll be like the first person in human history to die of weed.
That's what everybody thinks.
I've had panic attacks on weed where I get too high and I have a panic attack and I think I'm going to die.
So my favourite specific thing...
It's completely irrational, but
that's the weed making you think that.
Yeah.
My favourite specific thing that I had from this was when I like whited out basically, and I had to be like taken upstairs. So we were like staying at friends, and I was like sleeping it off upstairs, but then I sort of woke up at one point and misheard from below. And then I thought I heard people being like, yeah, I can't believe Kealy, he thought we just gave him that fake cigarette and it didn't have weed. And I was like getting really paranoid that I was like, oh my God, was it like a placebo that I was being tricked? And I waited out that I'd got like, I had such an active placebo in mind. It was like, no, it was real weed, but I was just so paranoid that I was mishearing people and misinterpreting.
That's so funny. I'm a big believer, and I'm sure I'm probably wrong in some way, but I think for the most part, with drugs, it seems like that when you die from drugs, you're not conscious. Like
when you die, when you're not like
like people have heroin overdoses. It's always the unconsciousness seems to always be somehow related to it. I've never heard a story of like this guy was at a bar doing speed and
I'm pretty sure
died.
it's probably the drug that knocks you unconscious in the first place.
Well, that's what I'm saying. But I'm saying like I've never heard of a guy doing speed and dying, but I've heard of a guy taking too many barbiturates and dying.
I always,
do you know what I mean?
I kind of think it's like the mixture is what really kills you. If you just stick with one drug, you'll probably be okay.
Well, yeah, mixing stuff is a bad
Pills
idea.
and coke or whatever. Yeah. Heroin and meth, that's not really it sounds like a party.
No, heroin and coke or speed, that's a speedball. That's what River Phoenix died from. That's
what he martyred himself for.
But also
Hedberg.
Well, Hedberg, I think, was just heroin. No.
That's people, I thought.
I heard of a new mixture.
Oh shit.
MDMA, acid, and mushrooms, and it's called a Jedi flip.
NBA acid and mushroom.
Yeah.
Jesus fucking Christ.
Speedball sounds like a cool sport. I feel very out of my depth in this. This is not cool for a comedian to say, but I've never taken a drug in my whole life.
You have
Not
never
even pot?
Like, I've got so many friends and family that love me.
So I'll just tell you right now.
Stop me from never doing it.
I'll tell you right now, I'm not going to do it. But
Yeah.
when you said that, I thought of closing my fist and punching you in the nose.
I thought you were going to say I genuinely thought about drugging you in your sleep.
It's not just what you're saying; it's the way you're laying and stroking your hair as you say it.
It's not even the hair on my head.
Getting the gel out. Just pubes, just like go running his
I'm
fingers through 'em.
delicately plaiting my pubic hair. What's up with this conversation?
I don't think they're good for anybody to. Honestly, I don't think they're good for anybody to do on a regular basis. But
Drugs
I
are
think
bad.
Yeah, I think if you can
It's so fun though.
drift in and out once in a while, have some fun.
Is that our moral? Our moral is drugs are bad. We literally just had a half-hour conversation about how much fun
Drugs are
drugs
bad,
are.
okay?
I loved Ari's view last year for a little bit that he thought that he could get me to do mushrooms on the.
I really thought I could. It was Shroom Fest during the festival.
4 times that I've sort of gingerly smoked some weed does not translate into like marching up the seat and
Ari-
smashing some.
I will
Ari-
say that mushrooms were fantastic, and if you
Was that the first time you took him when I gave him to you?
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Ari's the only comedian I've ever met who, after a gig, I've seen various audience members, give him drugs. That's the nichest form of payment I've ever seen.
How's the bucket donation going on?
I will tell you this. I'm about to tweet this out because everyone's like looking for weed right now. All the comics I know is like, how do I find weed? Like, just fucking tweet, man. Tweet it out. I'm cutting back, but I have enough. But like,
Well, I think it's because that's a public forum and it's illegal. That's why most people are sort of
what are
holding
the
back.
cops
from
looking
that.
for? It's just they're going to sting you. Here's the thing. I will say, anyone listening, if you're going to drop, who's doing Free Fringe?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I am, and Alex is.
Smith,
Are you
Ahir, and me.
going to turn me into a drug dealer right now?
No, but I will say you got to drop money in the bin. You know, afterwards, like show your appreciation for a good show, show less appreciation for a bad show. You know, more for a good show, a great show.
Yeah.
If you want to drop a pouch of weed in there. No comic
who's
got a
going to
problem with it.
complain? Yeah.
Even the comics who don't smoke it will go, "What the fuck? Oh, I'll give this to my friend."
Right.
It's funny. I got a pipe. Somebody gave me that giant pipe. Look at this. What somebody gave me as a tip.
Today?
No, 2 days ago. This giant fucking pipe.
I see that.
Yeah, it's fragile.
Because they know you like weed?
Yeah,
Or
it says from Brussels, and this is how they smoke it in Brussels or somewhere. Look at this. It says fragile.
And that's a fucking Gandalf pipe.
Oh, for sure.
That's wild, man. Now, how? I mean, I know illegal is illegal, but like, how illegal is weed here? Is it really like?
Not really.
I
they
think
hard on it?
that, to be honest, with most drugs in this country, it's more intent to supply. So if you have enough of any drug on you that's just for you, they'll take it off you, and then that'll be it.
Right.
But if you had so much that it looked like you were going to sell it to someone else, regardless of what it was, you'd
So
get
that's
arrested for it.
the
Yeah.
same as the States then.
I bought
Except
enough. For my show this year. For this not happening, I bought mushrooms for the whole crew. It's like 60 people. I went crazy. Yeah, I went crazy. They've worked 3+2 internet years.
I'm not saying you shouldn't have bought them that. I'm just saying that's a lot
But it was
of
all split
mushrooms.
up, and somebody goes, "Hey, man, they can get you if they catch you. They can get you for intent to distribute." And I was like, "That's what I intend to do." Yeah, I mean, they'd be right. I mean, I'm for sure I was going to distribute this tomorrow. Hold on, before we go any further, let's fully say where your shows are. Derosa.
I'm at the Underbelly venue at Cowgate in the Belly Laugh Room, 9 p.m.
Wait, the belly dancer room?
No, the Belly Laugh Room.
Belly laugh room.
That is not a show you'd want to see.
belly.
Joe's doing a belly dance. Like Joe regularly comes into the kitchen shirtless in camo pajama bottoms, like he's started his own militia. But I don't think you want to see that in like a belly dancer context.
He turns and goes, "Oh hi!" when you come in the morning.
One day he'll come in shirtless, but with like a very, very elaborate necklace on, and that's when it's really going to kick off.
It's like an Israeli chain.
9 p.m. Belly Laugh in the Underbelly venue at Cowgate almost every night.
Pretty much every night, 9 p.m. You can see
Yeah.
Derosa's hour.
Yep.
How has it been doing the same hour? Okay.
The first night was horrible.
Yeah, let's put that aside.
But that
3
was,
more nights after that, right?
The 3 nights, it's gotten consecutively better every night. Like the next night was great. The night after that was great, and tonight I think was the best of the.
And you had the reviewer on Saturday.
I think. I don't know if they were there. I was very adamantly kind of telling them, like, don't tell me who's coming.
I shouldn't have even brought it up. I hate the idea of having to worry about reviewers. I shouldn't have brought it up.
That's okay.
Yeah.
I'm not. I just.
Yeah.
They said
It's dumb.
after they said he was coming, they said he might not be coming, and I said, great.
Good, yeah.
Don't tell me if he's coming or not. I don't want to fucking know. That's it.
I saw Pete Johansson. He doesn't like reviewers, and he said, "Was so and so here?" Like, so I'm talking to our promoter, and he goes, "Yeah." He goes, "I don't want reviewers here." He goes, "If he was just here watching, that's fine.
Right.
I don't want him fucking writing about it."
Right. Why though?
He does work in progress here. He used these 30 days to build a show instead
I
of
see.
using these 30 days to show off a show.
Oh, okay. Well, it's a smart thing to do.
Kealy, where are you?
Hi.
I did your show last year. It was a lot of fun.
Yeah, so this time
Probably my
it's-
only fun guest set last year was that.
Thank you, man. I enjoyed your.
The footlights was the worst.
I enjoyed your abortion set of the 3 footlights. I thought it was beautiful on a number of levels. And,
That's the only note I get on At Midnight. Where I do At Midnight, like, can you do less abortion jokes? I'm like, no, as much or more next time.
I'm doing a debut hour of stand up. I'm doing that at the Underbelly, but in the Med Quad area, which is not in Cowgate. That's at 9:50 p.m.
Where's that one? Where's Cowgate?
So
Where's Cowgate Medgate?
Med Quad. So
Med
it's in
Quad.
the. What a fun thing about that is that it's an open area, but because it's in the medical, it's in like the medical quad of the university. You're not allowed to smoke outside there because I think just ethically.
Medicine
they're-
and smoking
yeah,
don't mix.
they're-
Obviously, weed is not
by the
included.
Big Cow. Yeah, Medquad's still by the Big Cow. It's just like next to McEwen Hall.
Yeah. So it's pretty. Guys, you've probably got supercomputers in your pockets that could search this if you search my name.
How's your show going?
Yeah,
this is your first time doing an hour here.
Yeah.
That's exciting.
Yeah, it's good. It's sort of a couple of trickier ones, but generally fun. Yeah, I'm enjoying it.
Fun, yeah.
Fun.
By the way,
ending.
guys, I still have like 3 more topics to get to for the Fringe. This is just a
Right.
middle situation. Don't think we're about to end. No, I know you look at the clock. We still have to 3. We have to 3. You're all getting paid for this.
3.
Can I go poop?
Yes.
I'll be back.
Okay.
Can I sleep for 8 hours?
Yeah. Make it quick. Go Brown Lightning.
Let us know how it goes.
Oh, I will.
Because we've all been very emotionally invested in this.
Without question, I'm going to let you know how it goes.
Alex Smith.
That's me.
You did an hour last year at Whistle Binkies.
I did.
I went to it.
Yeah.
It's great.
Good.
You had the. Did I go to the one? I might have gone to 2. I went to 2 of yours out here. I think I went to the one where your in-laws were there.
Yeah.
And you were talking.
yeah.
And you were
That
talking
was
about. Oh, yeah, I
fucking-
was there with you in the back.
That was such a good show, and it's really tricked my in-laws into thinking this is a viable career. So that was
Yeah.
amazing for me.
That was a
I'm
good.
doing
yeah.
I'm doing Whistle Binkies again this year, same place, same time at 5:15, because I believe in just like plateauing
Why
in your
not?
career.
Why not?
Yeah, my show this year is called Not Even Trying, and it's good. I like doing it. It's fun.
5:15. I'm for sure going to go to that because it is around the corner from mine, and mine's
Yeah.
at 6:30, so I won't even have to rush.
Yeah, that's gonna be sweet.
You're doing free also.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to get into the money in a minute. I guess when he gets back, so we're going to talk about everybody's. You're not doing free?
No, I'm not doing free.
Interesting. Okay, I'm at the Hive at 6:30, every day at 6:30.
But it's like free, but not free.
Mine?
Like every free show is not really free. Because
Well, it's almost
we
like-
ask you to give us money.
Yeah, it's almost like if you go to a bar in America or a restaurant, you have to tip. It's part of the price.
It's about as free as like someone's opinion. Like you still have to get through it.
But there's still plenty of people who do not pay.
Yeah.
I would say maybe most.
I don't think it's most. It depends.
Probably more from. I have a pay what you want, so
Well, so you
I do
don't
have a
know
lot of
how
people
those
who did
people
buy
work.
$5 tickets ahead of
Tickets, yeah.
time. Some of those people will still pay. Was like, I would have given you 10, so here's an extra 5.
Yeah, like some young people, I think, like, 17, 18-year-olds who don't. But, I don't know, it's a tough balance, really, because if they enjoyed the show and they come up to you afterwards and they go, "It was great, really enjoyed it." I
Yeah.
don't really care.
That's
fine,
almost as
but-
good. It was like, hey man, no, don't worry about it. It's okay. You don't have the money.
It's almost as good, but
It's the
equally I
people-
can't exchange that for goods and services or rent. Or
Yeah, true.
But praise
is
means
it
a lot
near
more
good
to
nor
me than
service?
money
It
because they're very
does.
self-centered.
If somebody's like, that was one of the best shows I've seen.
Yeah,
something like
it's
that.
just it's more the people who just look at the ground and don't put anything in and sort of shuffle out.
But what I would rather is someone saying something like that, nice, at the end of the show.
And then also giving you money.
No. I
was gonna say
I prefer that to the people who like dig out 80p's worth of coppers
Yeah.
and random shit and just like. It's like, that doesn't really make a tangible financial difference to anyone's life. It's just going to be a bit annoying to sort out.
I wonder if sometimes when you get the tens and the twos, the 2 pences and the 20,
Yeah.
I wonder if it's like they actually give you like £3.77.
Yeah.
You know, or it's like, here's everything I got in my pocket. So it's not just 7 pence. It's like part of a bigger thing. It's like,
Yeah.
just here's everything.
But the very first people who left my show on Friday night
Yeah.
was a couple, and one of them paid for both of them in inverted commas by putting 25p in the thing, a 20 pence piece and a 5 pence piece. And I was like, just in my head, just thinking, I would genuinely have rather you just enjoyed this and did nothing
Right.
than gave me 25p.
It's almost like
Yeah.
you want to make a sound.
It now
in the
looks
bucket.
like you're just being sarcastic.
Last year, Alex Edelman did the show before me in my venue,
Oh,
and
yeah, I
if
did
people
that
put
once.
shit change in the bucket, he gave it back to them.
Did he really?
He just put it back out, and when you keep it,
When I worked at Domino's, they have Domino's?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They taught us that. The other guys who were training us, they're like, if somebody if the tab is like, $9.70 and they like keep the change, like, no, I'll go to my car, I'll get you 30 cents and bring it back.
yeah.
It's like, fuck you. I've been getting pretty good. Like from the $5 stuff is great, and I give up 10% of that to Bob Slayer. But even then, still, sometimes people show me the tickets they bought. Oh yeah, he's out. How much are you getting paid? How much do you expect to lose in making this? Kealy.
This whole month.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's
your
see.
expectation?
Don't put a figure on it.
I bet you there's a spreadsheet.
Don't put a figure on it.
Keely's
It's a weird thing to
got.
put out in a podcast.
Yeah.
No. I want. here's what a lot of comics are
I
listening
feel like
to. A lot of
weird
people-
things have been put out on this.
Yeah, I want to know. Like, I'll tell you right now. Last year. I lost $7,500 just on the show, and I did pretty well in terms of numbers. You guys came to a lot of them. Thank you for that, actually.
Yeah, we didn't pay though.
No, I know, but by the way, they gave me a hard time for you guys even coming. They're like, "Well, who are these people?" I'm like, just my flatmates. Just compliments.
Who
That's
are
all
also
they-
signed to your management company.
What?
Who are also signed to your management company.
Yeah.
Yeah, Jesus, yeah, that's a good point. You're also Avalon.
So I won't lose that much. I don't think. Touch wood. No, I mean, yeah, I'm in a really nice and small room in the pet. So,
How big?
42 seater. So it
That's
generally-
not super small here. You had a 40-seater last year, I hear it.
Yeah, it's about 50 or 60, yeah.
50 or 60. Oh, really?
Well, when with people like standing and sitting on the floor and stuff, you can get about 60 in there.
For a paid venue, it's dinky. It's very small, and I'm happy with that in that sense. I'll lose less than half that. I think
Less than what?
less than half of that. I think
Half of what I lost.
What you lost, yeah, I would say.
What is your incentive for coming here to lose 2,000 pounds?
I guess I just
It's such a fucking good question. It's so difficult. Like
No one from America can understand this.
It's also like that is literally just something that his dad has probably said to him, but in a different accent.
Dad, mum, both of my parents, other family members,
Strangers, yeah.
I do it because I love looking at other comics. I learn a shitload from this. I get the other 11 months I make money, and this is part of it. It's like buying soy sauce if you're a Chinese place. It's just an operating cost.
Yeah.
I get 25 shows in front of people who don't know me. I love it. But like, what are you hoping to get out of it?
get better at comedy is a
Great.
good one.
Okay. You can't get an hour like this in London, right?
Not like you won't be able to get people coming and watching and
doing it every day.
and doing it every
25
day.
straight days. It's
And
crazy.
also like the other gigs you're doing in the day, so guest spots and things. So it's just like there's no like comedic workout in Britain in the same way as like a month up in Edinburgh.
Yeah, it really is a good workout. It really is. People don't know they've seen 10 shows that weekend, right? I mean, it's like kind of a crazy audience.
And I guess I want to become Jerry Seinfeld, and that's...
Do you really?
No. I was just trying to select the most financially successful person in comedy, and that was what I was up here to do.
How much is Jerry Seinfeld worth?
He's like, it's like, you might as well say... I thought with him you might as well say $1 billion.
No, I thought you were going to say 80 million.
He's got
I thought it makes more sense to say $1 billion with him than it makes $1 million, like, isn't it?
Oh, probably closer to $1 billion.
Yeah, exactly. If you're going to choose $1 billion or naught with Jerry Seinfeld, you choose $1 billion, I think.
He made a lot of money. I mean, he's still making...
Because
what he's making now on
syndication.
Seinfeld is more than we'll ever make in our careers, probably combined.
Yeah.
Even if we top end it. Who do you guys look up to comedically? You London comics. Like, who are your, like, sort of like, not heroes, but like, who do you like? Shut up. Come on.
Joe Derosa.
No, come on.
He's currently been doing a shit for over 12 minutes. That's a man I look up.
Joe, you went upstairs to shit?
He didn't want any of the microphones to pick up the plops.
You went upstairs to shit? Why did you go downstairs? Your wipes are up there. Okay, fair enough. His shit wipes.
For his delicate washing.
When I got in, by the
Alex
way,
like retracts, looking up to Joe Derosa immediately.
when I got in, he was like, "Oh, here's everything. Sorry, you got one of the 2 shitty rooms, but sorry, you got here last." And he goes, "By the way, if you need anything, I need my asshole wipes. You're welcome to it."
Also,
I'd
I'd like to bring up the fact that in the shower, there's a toothbrush. I don't know who it belongs to, but we are
That's
living with a
mine.
serial killer. Why are you brushing your teeth in the shower?
I 100% brush my teeth in the shower.
That's
Like,
mental. With hot water,
Yeah.
you're mental.
No, it's just like, what?
How many people have
He's
you
more
murdered?
efficient than
I'm
him.
there, my teeth are there. Like, I'm not doing anything else while I'm in there.
Wash yourself.
Well, I do that as well.
That's creepy.
Ahir's a hard-working go-getter, and we are decadent in our
You're
wish
not
to
that busy.
differentiate between...
I'm an extremely busy person.
I've seen you plodding around this house for multiple hours today. You could have brushed your teeth in that time.
Who do you guys look up to, for real? Like, when you started comedy, and even now, like, who are you, like...
I think for me, like, it was just realising
nobody.
that comedy was like an actual job that people could do. Like, I remember being 12 and going to see Lee Evans do stand-up, like, in my local town.
He's pretty good, huh?
I mean, he definitely... I mean, he doesn't do
Was,
a
at
great
least.
deal anymore, but, like, in his prime, he was pretty impressive.
We never got him in America.
And I just remember thinking, oh shit, this is like a job that people can do, and that would be pretty sweet. Mm-hmm. But like, I don't know, I think like more I look to like peers than like a celebrity. Because especially in comedy quite a lot, like if you're a comedian, there are comedians who are kind of like not that much higher above you. And then there are like the massive TV celebrity comedians who are kind of more like for the general public who really, really enjoy but maybe aren't as loved by
everybody, but
like
you're like, I look
like
up to
the
you.
comedians.
Yeah, like you're never gonna make it, but man, you're good.
So like even watching each other, like if I go and watch Ahir do stand up, that inspires me like plenty. Even though we're really different comedians,
For sure.
because he's like fucking ace at comedy. That makes you want to be better at comedy. Just watching other people do stand up, I think that's what's cool about Edinburgh. You get to watch loads of people do stand up.
That was my influences. I never really had cable TV, so I just saw whatever came on, like on the Tonight Show, whatever. So I just liked stand up in general. A couple people I remembered some jokes, but I didn't remember any of their actual stuff. So I was like, I don't have any influences. But some people really do. Some people look up to like Brian Regan or.
I think it can be
Whoever
dangerous
else.
though. If you've got like real influences, then you're gonna just tell jokes like them, and then why
Yeah.
is anyone going to pay attention to you?
For sure. You gotta break free of it. I heard Ozzy Osbourne once say one of his biggest influences was the Beatles. And I was like, what?
Well, it's like, I don't know.
I don't get it, but he must have seen something.
Yeah, I mean, like, oh yeah, I feel like there's a whole bunch of people that I really like in my favourites, but I'll never be making work anything like them.
Yeah, yeah.
And
Just
I would
like-
be. I would also be embarrassed. I like be embarrassed for them to come and see me because I feel like our styles are so different. Even though I love and respect their styles, that I'd be like, I don't want you seeing me.
But you can easily so one of my favourite comics is Emo Phillips, and is like completely like a one-liner comedian and sort of wackier and stuff like that. It's nothing I like stylistically, but equally, the first time I ever saw him was one of the times. I don't know if I've ever laughed more over the course of an hour, and I just fucking love that someone was able to do that to me.
Did you meet him in Montreal?
And no, I was in the same bar at him once, and I was too frightened to talk to him because I was like, what if he doesn't think I'm cool?
Isn't that crazy when if you don't look up to somebody, you go like, oh hey, how are you?
Yeah.
But if you
definitely.
do, you're like, you can't even say anything.
Yeah.
I like him, but I was never he was never a hero of mine. So when I met him, I was like, oh hey, how you enjoying the festival?
Yeah.
He's like,
But like other guys, I can't talk to at all. Equal levels, but I can't talk to some, and I can completely talk to others.
I think it feels like voyeuristic because you've watched so much of their stuff.
Yeah.
Like, I met a British comedian called Jasper Carrott. I don't know if he kind of translates it, but like...
Never heard of him.
In the 80s, and definitely in my childhood, like, he was a big fucking deal. And my parents used to have like a CD of his stand-up, and I listened to it when I was about 7 years old. And I did a gig with him last year in Birmingham, and when I met him, I was like, oh my god, hi! And he was like just starting out on Twitter, and he saved his Twitter picture as a picture of him and I.
Really?
From that evening, and I showed everyone that I knew.
That's cool. That's cool. Have you guys seen any of anybody's shows this year that you've liked, or last year too? My favorite show last year was Steve Bourgeois.
What, day release?
What?
Day release.
Yeah, day release.
I didn't see it because it was on at the same time as my show.
Oh, man, that was the one. From what I heard about the UK hours,
Yeah.
that was the only one that did that.
Yeah, it's cool. I
It
mean,
was
you
like
came to see
start
all
to
our
finish,
shows,
this
fair
is
enough.
all on theme. What?
I said you came to see all our shows, but fair enough. I see how it
No,
is.
you guys' shows were good, but it just wasn't what that UK hour was told to me was. Where it's like fully thematic the whole way through.
Yeah, I mean, Boosh did a really brave thing in that, like, it was his debut hour, and he still decided to do all new stuff based on one thing that happened to him.
One road
It
trip.
was like crazy ballsy, and,
But
and
also
it seemed to pay off really well.
That while that's really good, and he's an amazing comic. Like that is actually an unusual thing. Like the idea that that's what the UK style
Yeah.
is like is erroneous.
Yeah, that's a crazy thing. It's told to us that way, but it's not that way. Which is kind of interesting. It's usually like 30 of the 60 minutes are about a theme.
Yeah.
And then 30 other minutes are like good solid bits.
Mine are like,
Yeah.
by British standards, my hours are unusually thematic.
Yeah.
But even mine would come nowhere near being like something like Bouge's was.
Yeah. Have you guys seen anybody this year that you liked so far?
I've not really gone around too much. I've been too busy.
I've not seen
being
anything.
able to
I haven't
speak.
seen. I saw Michelle Wolf. That was the only one I saw so far. I want to see Paul Curie. Is that his name?
Yeah.
Yeah, he went on. He's on after me at the Hive. I'm on at 6:30. He's on at 7:45, and he's crazy.
Yeah.
He's like me and Kealy went to see Sam Simmons last year. Yeah. He took me to Sam Simmons, and I had no idea what he was like. I just thought he was a monologist like any of us. And then
No, he's
3 minutes in,
nice.
he's pouring a full box of cereal on his head. I was like, "What'd you bring?"
Wearing
to?
cabbage
This is
on his head,
crazy.
yeah.
When you're not expecting that, it was such a fucking surprise.
And
Who are you gonna see? Who should we see this year? Have you guys heard about anybody?
I've got a spreadsheet.
Really?
Yeah.
Who are the standouts? Like who? I want to see Daphne,
Yeah.
Yeah.
the sketch group.
I'm going to go see Joel Dommett's show at some point because it's always fucking brilliant.
I saw Joel's last year.
Yeah, I mean, his
He
show
was
last
the-
year
he
was
was-
really good. His show the year before was like brilliant.
Even better.
Yeah, he's a master of a theme, like for sure. Like if you
Oh,
want to
yeah.
talk about like a British hour or whatever,
Yeah.
like Dommett's brilliant at that.
He
How was your poo?
It was intense.
It sounded intense because you left like half an hour ago.
It took a while. There was a real stubborn
20 minutes, 10 minutes. Yeah. Oh, you can go to sleep if you want to go to sleep.
There was a real stubborn turd at the very end of it that took some real work.
Stubborn turn, stubborn turd. Okay, fair enough.
The literary turn and the
Oh yeah, you
turn and
gotta have a show at 1.
I
Okay,
started
go to sleep.
laughing. What would you guys have done if I came down and I had Coke all over my nose?
I would just say that's a brilliant callback.
Just hold holding like a shitty, like a piece of loo roll. Anyway.
Have you seen anything this year, Derosa? I saw. By the way, Joel Dommett was so bragging about the Free Fringe last year.
Yeah.
He was like, "I'm making hand over fist."
Yeah.
That's one of the things that made me want to do the Free.
He must have been making an absolute fucking mint out of his show.
He's Crystalia. He's Britain's Crystalia.
Okay. Well, yeah.
Everybody in his audience is beautiful.
Have I seen any shows here? Did you
Yeah.
ask? Have I? No, I haven't seen anything yet. I want to see all of your shows. Obviously, that's my priority before anybody else's.
All of my shows? Oh, all of our shows.
Yeah. Like I want to see everybody here. Like I'll see your shows as my
for
friends
sure.
before I
I
see
still
anybody
need to
else's.
see Shaffir. I want to see Derosa again.
And
Yeah,
the
because
right
you came on the
circumstances.
first night. Yeah, when it sucked. I still have to see you. I got to see Alex. I have a day off coming up though, so I'm hoping to knock some shows out on that day.
What are you handing me?
Money for this podcast. Thank you. Before he's leaving.
How much does it pay us?
70p? No, wait, that's pence?
He put it in my tits.
What is p? What is p? Is that pence or pounds?
Pence, yeah.
Okay, no, it's not 70. It's 70 ulbs.
That was a fucking huge.
I feel slightly guilty that
Fist of
this
money you
podcast
handed
started
Alex.
really upbeat, and then everyone at some point.
Well, we've
has
gotten
fallen
tired. It is
completely comatose.
2:42 in the morning.
This is an entirely
And
irresponsible
so
time to be
I'm
creating
turning
content.
down any notion of a fee, given that I've been asleep for a good chunk of the
I'll get
a good
paid.
chunk. I kept having to. Everyone kept thinking I was leaving at points, but I just had to stand up and move and sit somewhere else to stay awake.
It's all advertising money.
I
would like to bring up one
I was up at
thing.
7. I was up at 7, and I did a radio thing in the morning, and I did again. And I'm sorry. Look, guys, I'm sorry.
I'd like to bring up one thing.
You got a lot going
Before
on.
we come to any kind of conclusion on this, I recently listened to our last podcast.
Did you really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I am sycophantic that way, and I just I like listening to people.
I remember it being
myself.
good. Was
It
that
was
correct?
very good, but I remember one thing that happened.
Oh, yeah?
In which we were discussing Donald Trump. Now I don't want to get
okay.
into this too
I
much,
think we-
but there is a quote from Ari Shaffir saying, "Don't listen to any of it. He's just a media personality, and then when people actually run, it'll just die out, and you won't hear anything else from him. Like, don't even worry about it as a thing. It's not a fucking thing."
That was a year. That was a year ago this week.
Pundit served, Shaffir.
I was
And
way
you get
wrong.
Your predictions coming back to haunt you.
I was way
That's
wrong.
what-
I was like, "There's no way he wins the Republican side. There's no way. It'll just be done once it comes."
We all thought that though. It's insane. Who the fuck thought this was going to happen? This is craziness.
Yeah,
You know.
it was nuts.
Remember when he ran for like California governor or something?
Nope.
Not California governor. This wasn't the first time he ran.
I was asleep the whole time.
It's okay, buddy.
This wasn't the first time he ran. He talked about running or something a different time, and it was like such a joke.
Yeah.
And we were just like, oh, that'd be so ridiculous. And then this time he actually ran, and we were still like, that's ridiculous. And now, it was when he called Rosie O'Donnell a fat pig or whatever.
I mean, the
good- the good
interviews
old-
are going to
the good
be
old days
so
when it was
great. The
just
State of the
basic
Union, if he wins, is going to be amazing.
Also, like, what's so amazing is all the like he's literally never held
Any office.
public office. It's just like
Did Reagan? He was an actor,
Yeah.
but he hold office
think
before he
he's governor
did.
first.
Governor,
yeah.
wasn't he?
I think
The
so.
last person not to have held office was Eisenhower, and Trump is not Eisenhower.
Where did he come
He's
from?
like a super Eisenhower. Is that what
He was a general. Okay, so he led people.
Yeah.
Yeah, at least he had
Why
that.
Eisenhower like help win World War II? Like Trump is going to start World War III. That's a different thing.
Trump
That's
has
like
helped people win terrific wars, the best wars.
Yeah, it's insane. But the recent polls said that Hillary is like way fucking.
smashing.
No. Here's what the polls that I've seen when I looked more in depth. She's way ahead popular vote. There's only a few swing states that matter.
But he's
and
doing.
in those, she's ahead a little.
He's-
And once the debates start, it's fucking flip of a coin.
No, because he won't.
Man, those
he
debates-
can't beat
Those
people.
debates are going to be so much fun.
He can't.
But he can't even
Stupid bitch. That's what he's going to say. That's what he's going to say. How's she going to come back from that?
But then so much of America is going, she is a stupid bitch.
You can't even keep your husband, whore. Her advisors must be preparing her for fucking doomsday.
Yeah, I
I
can't.
just love the whole. I love the whole like equivocation as well. It's just like, yeah, but her emails. I'm like, we might not have emails. So try, like,
All right, you guys. Great podcast.
Two.
Hopefully, where are we at? At
Great
146.
seems
Not
like
bad.
a really like a
Solid
positive-
podcast.
It's a podcast that happened.
What do you edit it down to?
It's at 146 right now. That is under 138. I'll put an intro and an outro on. I'll talk about Arthur Seat, some shit you guys have no idea about, and stuff like that. I can't believe none of you guys went up there the whole last year, huh? Only me. You went up with me once.
You piece of shit.
Yeah, we took our shirts off.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Suns out, guns
sounds
out.
beautiful.
Suns out, guns out in Scotland. You never get that.
Pistolets are out. It's lovely. My weird toes nearly clipped. But guys, update from last year. My toes a lot better.
Oh, congrats!
Your nipples are still
Very
weirdly
small.
tiny.
Very tiny nipples. Hold me close to tiny nipples.
Okay.
I got to shit again.
All right. Well, thank you guys very much. Everybody, go see all their shows. Support fun comedy. You got nothing else to do. Plus, there's 3 of them free. You know? Keely's is fucking $72.
Send me a tweet. I'll work out a discount code or
12.
something.
DeRosa, how much is your ticket? 12?
I have no idea.
Great. Great. How much you gonna? How much? So I'll tell you.
What? How much what?
I was talking about money before.
Sorry.
But like you've already in for how much? Do you say you're in for?
The total costs for everything could be $15,000.
If you get no people to come see you,
That's
15.
that's literally if everything bombed. Yeah, if nothing worked or whatever.
If it was all Thursdays.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, if I kept up the way I did Thursday for the whole time, and just it dwindled down. But my numbers have been good so far, so I think
I'd love to hear what you have to say because my numbers were good last year, and I was like, at the end, I got the bill. I was like, wait, wow, all right.
I've
Still
got
worth it, but
I've got a
fuck.
spreadsheet with little cells in that tells me what cells I need for particular types of either completely fucked or like quite fucked.
Oh, really? Different levels.
I did it
I'm on course
for the reason
quite
most
fucked.
Americans do it. I did it as an investment to start working over here. So
Oh, really?
that's
you want to
why
open up the
I did
market?
it. I want to start touring the UK and stuff. So like this seemed to be the way to.
Hastings
open those
called it a
doors.
job fair.
Yeah.
Did you guys get work out of it last year?
Yeah.
Like you got gigs from the shows here? We're like,
Yeah,
hey,
you just do the show afterwards.
And also, this is the show that you then tour and
tour for the year.
Right. Yeah. It's great. I'm to shoot the special in October, so this is the best training I could have possibly done for it.
Okay.
Then you'll be like apples and pears, Steve. It's just segmented pudding.
Right. Yeah. So.
All right. Ladies and gentlemen, taking us out is Alex Smith's original Edinburgh fucking 48 March Month song. I don't want to wait. No. You'll write it later. I want you.
What's the copyright on that?
Where body lasses bleach their cleats beside the wells of
Fuck. All right. That's the episode, everybody. I'm Ari Shaffir. That's episode 244 to 74. The Fringe. It's Saturday night. It's taken me a week to record this intro and outro and pick the music for this. Fuck. It's every night, you guys. It's every night. Fuck. What am I looking at right now? I just got back to my flat. Flat means apartment in Edinburgh. And what you do is you collect these flyers overnight by accident from flyers that you can't say no to. I try to give them high fives. If I can look them in the eye, give them a high five. Sometimes like, all right, human contact. Sometimes you just take the flyer and go. And then what happens at the end of the night, you reach into your pocket and you've got fucking 14 flyers or something. So I just walked back Here's a flyer for a guy named Olaf Falafel. His show is called The Cheese of the Truth. My roommates might be coming home right now. So listen, here's what you should know. The fridge situation, here's how it resolved itself. Alex Kealy went and talked to them. They said they'll look into it. They said they'll try to get us shelves in our fridge in the coming days. They never got that. What they did find out was that we had a full-size fridge in the closet out in the hallway. An actual full-size working fridge. So the people who own the place, they sent their fucking mom and dad over here to clean it out. We watched them. Didn't help at all. Watched them clean it out. My roommate's back. They're coming back any second. For sure. I'm going to cook some haggis is what I'm going to do. So we have a full-size fridge. If you guys are coming to the Fringe Festival... Fuck. I gotta eat some food. I got some haggis. I'm gonna make some haggis. I'm gonna fry up some goddamn haggis. Put some sriracha on it. You know what they've never had in this country? Sriracha haggis. I also found a Polish place that has pickles. Here are my recommendations, you guys, for the shows. Obviously, all my roommates. Joe Derosa, Ahir Shah, Alex Kealy, Alex Smith. Wonderful. Go see them all. Why not? Support good comedy. In my bucket, so like I go ask for money at the end, like I told you. In my bucket, I have gotten, in addition to money, which is great, I've gotten Prague money, euros, stuff I can't use here, American dollars. I got some Canadian money. I've also gotten a joint, a tin of tobacco, but that was full of marijuana. Another bag of marijuana with some hash. An inflatable fuck sheep, a tiny inflatable fuck sheep with a little hole. A pipe, a long pipe from Brussels. And I think that's it. Yeah, I think that's it. So in addition to those guys, here's who else to see. That's been on this podcast first. Nick Cody, Pete Johansson, the Brendan Burns Colt Cabana Wrestling Hour. It's at 10:45 in the Pleasance Dome, the Jack Dome of the Pleasance Dome. Pete Johansson, by the way, is right before me at the Hive. 5:15, maybe let's say 5:15 at the at the Hive, and then I'm right after that. Save for two shows. And speaking of save for two shows, right after me, this guy Paul Curie. Oh my God! So a lot of these shows are fucking weird. This guy he gets everybody in the crowd dancing and jumping. He does weird shit. He gets the crowd involved. He turns the lights off. If you go into it, it's right after my show. You can turn around and go back in, or you can just go to that if you've already seen it. You got to get involved. You can't be too cool for school. You got to get involved. You might get dirty. Literally, he runs through the crowd. He gets everyone to jump up and cheer. It's fun. It's fun. I'm a monologist, I guess. He's a conversationalist, whatever you call it. And he's fucking fun time Charlie. Who else? Craig Campbell might be back this year. I haven't even looked at the book yet, but if he is, that's one. Nick Cody, did I say that? He's funny. I just saw these guys, Dave Anthony All-Stars from Australia. Man, they blew my mind. Saw Steve Bugeja again this year. Good times. I like this festival, you guys. People lose money, but it's like buying soy sauce. If you're a Chinese place, you never sell the soy sauce, but you use it in order to get more business. I love this month here. Bunch of comedians talking fun times. So I got into a conversation with those Dave Anthony All-Star guys. They're this comedy group from Australia. 30 years ago they broke up. And now they got back together. Or 3 out of 4 of them got back together. One of them was like, dude, I'm a fucking straight-laced radio performer now. I can't be doing songs about fucking dogs and Ebola and sticking goddamn Barbie dolls up our MS, wheelchair-ridden co-star's asshole. I can't be doing that, so it's 3 out of 4 of them. Wonderful. Fucking amazing. Fucking amazing. I feel like there's something else I saw, too, that was pretty cool, but I don't remember what it is. Great festival. You guys, for the people who have come to Edinburgh, thank you. For the other people who might come, make sure to come to my show, come to my roommate's show, pay them support. Guys, give them something. If you can't give them money, if you don't have money, fucking throw something in there. Go see some fun shows. You're here, go see some fun shows. Well, you already know. That's why you're here. You're going to see a bunch of shows. So thank you guys very much. It's fun watching the Olympics, too, with these guys. We root for different teams. Me and Joe Derosa root for different teams, and Ahir, Alex, and Alex. It's weird. The Olympics is on. Not everybody's rooting for the same team. I love calling out from I'm upstairs in my bedroom, and I hear the American national anthem. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, dun, dun. Wait. No, that's not the national anthem. America. No, that's not it either. Oh, say, yeah, that's it, right? Is that what they play for the Olympians? Anyway, the other guys, Alex, Ahir, and Alex. Hi, I'm Ahir. This is my brother Alex. This is my other brother Alex. I hear it all the way upstairs. I hear it playing. And I'm like, yeah, that's right, motherfuckers. That's what you get. That's what you get, motherfuckers. America. We're bigger than you. You win your fucking 3 medals. British punk asses bitches. You see Digger Phelps' fucking death stare? I don't think he was staring at that guy. Digger? If you're going to do it, fucking do it. Michael Phelps, death stare. I think he was just like zoning in himself and some guy was in front of him. I don't think he was staring that guy down. The guy never looked at him. If he was, though, fuck yes, competition. I'm done, you guys. I can't do this anymore. What? How did I go 9 already? How did I go 9 on the outro? Come on. I got to make some haggis. I'm out of eggs. Maybe some kale and haggis. Scottish salmon. A roll. The rest of that bread from that Polish place. Maybe I'll watch something on YouTube. So those are my recommendations. I've heard Chris Gethard's show is really good. Obviously, I'm going to go see... Oh, Carl Donnelly's here. He's on the podcast before. Carl Donnelly. The DMT episode. Who else is here for the podcast? I don't know. Who else? Nick Cody, did I say him? Go see his show. Oh, Joe Derosa. He's been on my podcast for sure. Yeah. And before this one. You guys, I guess that's it. For Skeptic Tank 274, The Fringe, and specifically for Ahir Shah, Alex Kealy, Joe Derosa, and Alex Smith, I'm Ari Shaffir. How do I talk? Do I talk okay? The first thing that goes with me is the slurs. But if I concentrate... Is that them? Is that my roommates? Nope. People across the street. If I concentrate, I can talk normally. Goodbye, you guys. Don't forget to use my Amazon link, and that's it, right? all the fucking Scandinavia dates are up, except that second Norway one. And again, that fucking London one. I might have gone back and deleted the phone number from that thing, but either way, you're welcome to call. Contact them. It's so close. It's a small theater, but it's so close to selling time. Man, Doug Anthony All-Stars were fucking great. That's definitely not their name, Doug Anthony, but it seemed like it was. All right. Goodbye. Yeah, right? Yeah, bye. Too much booze. It's just too much booze. It's like you can't stop. And DeRosa buys shots. Who buys shots? Are you in college? Then why are you buying shots? We will sip our beers or our ciders. Rikaglugen, there's this type of cider, something like that. It's for sure not right. You sip it until you get to the level you're at, so you don't get fucking way overboard. You get to the level you're at, and you only got down the pipe, half another beer. So you're gonna get a little more fuck. If you're shots, you might have 3 shots coming down the pipe once you're already too drunk. Bye, everybody. Until next week, bye. Maybe I'll interview Mike Lawrence about his whole ordeal. I think I'm going to try to do that.